Welcome back to Crosshair here on the GDQ Hotfix, the show that brings you runs with bullets. First-person shooters, third-person shooters, shmups, bullet hells, lasers, rockets, grenades, paintballs, and shotgun shells. If it's got bullets in it, it's got a home here, Crosshair. My name's Dangerous, I'm your host, and if you've got a run that you think qualifies for this or any of our other GDQ Hotfix shows, head on over to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix and fill out that run submission form, and you just may end up on a future episode of the GDQ Hotfix. Back in the early 2000s, a new franchise had been launched called Halo. And of course, after it had launched, it was subsequently completely forgotten about and universally panned, and nobody ever played it again. I'm just kidding, of course. It became one of the most beloved franchises in all of video gaming. And so I reached out to the Halo community to see if we could get some runs squared up for this episode of Crosshair. And good news, we have got a banger of a show for you all. We're going to be rounding out the evening with Nervy Destroyer running Halo CE, I believe is what it's called. But prior to that, we have got a 4-player co-op run of Halo 3 ODST, 4-player Lasso, Legendary All Skulls on the hardest difficulty, max difficulty run with some awesome runners. So I'm going to hand the mic over to them and let them all introduce themselves.
Hey guys, my name is Bloop, and I'm a newer runner to ODST. I recently started speedrunning here on both Easy and Legendary within the past year-ish or so. And I also picked up some Lasso stuff with our lead here, Raw. And yeah, we're here to give you guys a good show and show you what ODST Lasso is all about. Go ahead,
guys?
Styles.
My name is Styles, and I've only been playing Halo for around a couple of years. I was always doing like challenge runs and stuff like that in this game, but ever since I started talking to Rocky, started doing more like speedrun related things, and invited me to join his Lasso team with some other people, and yeah, that's it.
Hey guys, I'm John. I am Vaughn. Despite the name, I'm one person, I promise. I've been around the community for around 8 years now. I'm mainly for Halo 4, Easy and Ledge. That's what I've been doing mainly. But the boys picked me up one day, and I've been playing Lasso with them since, and I've been having a good time.
Hey everybody, my name's Raw. I'm like the solo record holder for Lasso, so I got like a lot of experience, and over time I've met these different guys in the community who also enjoy these hard, difficult sort of challenge runs, and always thought it would be cool to be on GDQ at some point, whether it was like the live marathon or something. I've been watching GDQ for years upon years, so this is really cool to bring the game that I speedrun to the GDQ stream.
Oh, heck yeah. Alrighty, well, we're ready for you all when you are all ready. If you could just give us a countdown and we can start that timer.
All right,
Sounds
go ahead,
good.
Raw.
Yeah, just going to be restarting here. There is like a little bit of an opening cutscene that takes like a minute, and then the time will start after that, so I'll count it down when it's coming.
Yeah, this game's a bit weird in that the timer in the game does not start until a couple seconds after you land from the drop pod.
Yep, on this game, instead of kind of getting all into it and starting off combat, you spawn in these pods. The lore of the game is kind of you're a team of troopers that gets dropped off a UNSC ship, and as a Covenant ship leaves, it kind of blasts us all into these different positions, and as you can see, it's a bit cracked up and stuff, so we're lucky we're alive, so we're just going to hop right into it, quite literally.
Okay, so yeah, we'll start the countdown in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Don't jump in
Appreciate
melee.
it.
And you're going to hear me say that a lot during a run, don't jump into melee, because despite a regular co-op where all your players seem to die to get reverted, if one player dies with one of these skulls called Iron Skull, it reverts all of us. So we want to get as much checkpoints as we can just in case. Mistakes will happen. I mean, death will happen. So we're trying to go as fast as possible.
So as mentioned, this is Lasso, which means Legendary All Skulls on. So Legendary is the hardest difficulty in Halo, and then All Skulls on. There's basically 12 difficulty modifiers. So in regular Halo, if you're playing co-op, you don't actually revert to your last checkpoint in co-op. you like basically your teammates can fight on, and as long as not everybody dies, you can continue on. In this, if one player dies, you revert to the last checkpoint. So deaths are very costly in this game mode.
Well, Bloop runs to the end of the mission. I'll read out the rest of the goals so we can. Come on, we have the Black Eye Skull, which your shields don't recharge unless you melee an enemy. We don't have shields as ODSTs. We have a thing called Stamina, which is pretty much similar, so we won't. And they also recharge to health packs we pick around the map. If you played Halo CE or Halo Reach, it's kind of a similar thing there. We have Blind on, which if you notice, we can't see our weapon or HUD elements. That's what Blind does there.
Yeah, we're playing on Crosshair, but we have no Crosshair, so
yeah. You gotta actually do that.
That's
We
fine.
got
no, this game doesn't qualify anymore.
All right. Yeah, it's over.
we got the catch goal on, which enemies throw double the nades, but that also counts for our teammates. So you're gonna see we kill our teammates a lot just so they don't accidentally nade us, and it's pretty common that they do. So does not help. We have cowbell on, which makes explosions increase, and we'll see some pretty cool uses for that later in the run that you can't do normally in the speed run. Coming up right here at the start of Yari, I'll take it away actually.
Yeah, so hopefully I'm going to be able to show off a good example. As John was mentioning, there's a skull called cowbell. So cowbell really affects the physics of objects, and I can maybe abuse that in order to get like a big launch here at the start with a few nades. I missed it. I'm going to go for it like a couple of tries just to demonstrate it. This is usually like an IL only trick. So it is pretty difficult to get a good launch. So I'm just going to attempt it like a few times. There we go. I got a decent one. Yeah, so I skipped this whole area basically.
Yeah,
that was
so
cool.
don't jump for melee. I'll read out the rest of the skulls while he runs past these enemies. You got Famine, which makes our enemy drop counts half. So like a normal gun will have just half the ammo when you pick it up. So it just makes ammo more scarce. Make it a little bit harder. So we have to plan sections better. Grunt Birthday Party, which is a fan favorite. Whenever we shoot a grunt, they'll explode into like confetti.
Similar to like that.
Yeah. What else do we got? I'm missing some. Iron. I already said that. I would have been your daddy. Yep. Which makes rare dialogue more common. So you'll probably hear some funny dialogue from Marines.
Or in the enemies.
That too.
Yeah. Oh, is there another skull? Sorry. Go ahead.
I think I have 4 more. Yeah. Mythic Skull. Enemies have increased health, so harder enemies. Thunderstorm. All the enemies go to the highest rank, so it's just harder and tougher enemies. Tilt. The resistance and weaknesses are increased. So if enemies stronger to a certain resistance, it's increased, and vice versa. And then the last skull is Tough Luck. And enemies always go berserk, dive out of the way. So enemies always die from nades, and we actually abuse the skull a couple times. And we just dodge more often from shots and plasma pistols.
And generally
Yep.
Sorry, go ahead. All I was gonna say is generally in Halo speedruns, so we kind of like assign a role. Like one person's usually the quote-unquote lead. So that's the reason why you saw everybody kind of just hanging back while I ran through the level. It's mainly just because having 4 people run through the level, there's way more chances that 4 people die over 1, as well as like basically if one person takes the lead, enemies sort of act the same because you load into different sections, enemies spawn in. So if you do the same movement as one person, usually you get the same results. If you have 4 people doing stuff, it sort of messes with things. In other levels, there's a lot more going on with all 4 people. This is just one of the levels where it's better if one person just completes it.
Yeah. Especially times where, like, if we're all 4 running raw, let's just say, like, with the catch goal, if a nade's meant for raw, sometimes it sticks behind. And again, with one player dying, it reverses, and it's better for just some sections that one person leads, but for for combat heavy missions, you'll see us all do something. You can go south, sorry.
So, as John was saying earlier, with like all the skulls, there's actually a couple of them that are actually beneficial in a way. It's not all detriments. Like you can use some of them to your advantage. Like John was saying earlier, Tough Luck, we abuse this skull. Like boots are less dangerous if they're dodging instead of shooting at you. So we
try to
often
go for a debris launch
here.
Yeah, hit
Ooh,
it
that's
nice.
good.
Nice, that's a good one.
Nice.
Nice, nice.
Well done.
So
And that's just,
yeah, so like
power
select tough
combo,
luck. You can abuse this to make boost dodge, and also the tilt skull, maybe the mythic skull. I don't remember. But they also allow the player to be more tanky, and then like
Yep.
legendary. So like, actually, it is very interesting just seeing what you can get away with and everything you can do, because it's almost like a different game. Like, you can use. There's so many things you can use. Some things are more challenging. It's just a very cool experience. That a new way to play the game.
Yeah, as I was
Also, we are
saying, a lot of the
moving on to-
skulls. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. But moving on to the streets, which is kind of like the hub for like the entire game. Between every single like mission, which every mission for the most part is a bunch of like flashbacks, like different perspectives of different characters, at like what they're doing, and things like that. And between those, we play as the rookie, and we are just in the streets, which is like the hub, and we can go around and find different artifacts and different objects that lead us to these flashbacks. And we're also collecting audio logs, which will unlock weapon caches throughout the map. And it's very important because the one we want to unlock has a mongoose, which is a vehicle, and it will make the streets go by much faster. And there's also
Yeah, when it
Never
comes to
mind.
these audio logs, there's a lot of them. We only need 8 to get what we need, because the mongoose in the later sections, basically instead of us wandering the streets and finding our way to it, with the mongoose it just makes it a lot faster and makes a lot of the later streets missions that we do short and sweet.
Yeah, essentially, like, I'm just running straight for the objective that we need to get to, and then everybody else is collecting the audio logs so that we can get the mongoose later on. So it's just an efficient way to use all 4 players throughout the level.
So on this mission we have Bloop here. He's going to be going for a very difficult trick. Before this, it was only done in ILs, and Bloop here has been working on and refining it to a point where he's actually been like the most consistent person in the entire world to do this trick. So hopefully we
Wow.
can get to show it off here.
Yeah,
Don't watch my POV here, watch Bloops.
Yeah, we're gonna set up a couple checkpoints.
It's going to be
for Bloop.
it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna set up a couple checkpoints for Bloop, just so he has a lot of attempts at it. Because if we hit this in a marathon setting, it'll be really insane. We've did it in practice earlier today. We were getting consistent at it, so we're excited to show you. No pressure, Bloop. I wish you the best.
Yeah, no pressure.
Bloop here has lowered the time on uplift on every single game mode and pretty much everything from legendary to easy to lasso at around 10 seconds each, which for a 2-minute mission is insane. So the things
Let me know
he's
when you
been
get
able
that
to do
checkpoint,
for this mission is
Yeah, I'll
insane.
let you know.
Oh no!
It's going to be setting up here.
Should have got it now.
Looking
Should have got it now.
at spot on the ground, and he's going to be throwing nade using some melee timings. And he throws another nade, jumps on top of the hog.
Nice, well done.
First try, good job.
Got it.
Let's
Wow.
go.
No way.
Got
Oh
it.
my
Oh
goodness.
And with that, he is
You're
out
insane,
the map
man.
in an area that devs
He needs-
never
I
intended.
can't-
And from
I can't
here,
stress
he can,
how hard this trick is. Like this.
That is
I'm sorry.
insane that he
Like-
got that first try.
He's the only person in the world that would go for this in like a full game. So that's yeah, pretty insane.
Also, can we shout out the fact that that truck got hit by a grenade and it's still operational?
Yep.
I hit my
We're hanging
teammate,
out.
actually.
It is,
So from here on, he can just drive straight to the end of the mission, and really it saves like 30 seconds around, I would say.
online.
That's not bad.
Well,
Yes.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
gotta
Yeah,
not mess up this last part.
It's a pretty decent chunk, for sure. So yeah, it's crazy that he hit this. Like, I don't know. Like for me, I grinded this IL like when originally before Bloop even picked up this IL. It took
Alright,
me
we're
like
out.
days. It
360, boys.
took me days to hit it like
let's
once.
go,
He did it
360.
first try.
Good job, let's go.
207. That's so good. Just
So
I
from
just
there,
love
we
the fact
saved
that
about, like,
Raw
20
was just
seconds.
sitting there doing nothing the entire time.
Yeah, I was just in the
Yeah,
hall,
he's
just
my
watching.
checkpoint.
That's
Yeah.
insane. Good job, Blue.
Also, I saw that
Yep.
360. I know what you were doing.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
what I
shout
did.
out
No
to-
scope.
I understood that
Shout out
reference.
to Garish. Yes, sir. We love that.
Oh, yeah,
But
there's
yeah,
also
that trick is
debris
very
launcher
hard,
that,
so
I mean,
it's
it didn't
fun.
go the best, but There's a bunch of like debris around the just around like the map and some levels that you can use to launch yourself and get boost using grenades. And you saw one on MS1, the first streets mission after Teari Plaza, and there's like a couple more that are around the map.
Same premise as like same premise as the box launch I did on Tiari Plaza. Just all these debris, like you can use them for different boosts. Some are in better spots than others, so we try to use them where we can. In easy and ledge, you can also use some of these debris for boosts, but with the cowbell, skull, and lasso, like you can get some insane launches sometimes. So it's really cool. Just it's a hard difficulty, but also in some ways you can go like really fast. Even some of the IL times of lasso is like faster than easier ledge IL times, just because of like things like that. So yeah, it's just cool that this category is difficult, but then also rewards speed as well in some ways. So
it's really awesome.
Ooh, I got shot twice.
So to set up something that's gonna be happening soon, there's also things called pressure launches where you kind of get crushed by something on top of you, and you're kind of able to transfer that like power and momentum. So John and Pon here, John here is gonna showcase one of the pressure launches soon in a couple seconds from now, and if done correctly, it'll send them quite a long way. So you'll probably see from Blooper Ross' perspective how that will look.
Yeah,
we'll get a checkpoint maybe like right here.
I'm gonna delay it.
2-minute mark.
I think I heard the game freeze.
Do is you kind of need to spam crouch into a certain area and then edge yourself underneath this like weird thing that is going under, and then he needs to crouch and jump at a specific timing. It didn't go great. It's a bit difficult.
You got a small one. Yeah. Sometimes it will send you like basically across this entire area.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what we're hoping. But
it is difficult to do though,
Yeah, essentially how it works, like it's called a pressure launch. Like you basically wedge your hitbox in between like two objects, and then like the pressure kind of builds up and will shoot you out because the game wants you like out of that area basically.
Yeah, it's
this section here is a bit difficult.
Yeah, this is one of the higher. This area of the streets is unnecessary difficult. Like you got some sniper jackals, you got all these over shielded brutes because of the Virgil engineer. You got a lot of stuff going on here, and we gotta.
I cracked the main guy.
We gotta survive it all without dying. Otherwise, we could get unlucky and not get any checkpoints.
I tried to hit him. Okay, just distract him if you can. Then I'm driving.
Yeah, I'm like on me right now. He's backing up right now. He's going towards you guys.
So I did just open that weapon cache as we were talking about. This is the reason why we were collecting audio logs. Yeah, we're good. So we got a mongoose through these street sections, and it's just going to speed up the future street sections a lot. And then while I was grabbing the mongoose with Siles, John and Pon and Bloop were clearing out the enemies ahead of me so that I could just drive through.
Also, did someone say HaloRuns.com?
Don't forget about nades.
Very true. HaloRuns.com.
Somebody might have said something about that.
Needs. Also, here we're gonna be doing a Warthog Flame.
We'll try it a couple of times. It's this is like a IL only thing as well. Did you go?
We're up the bridge.
Fell off. Yeah. We'll try it one more time. It's just this is a small time save, but it's still kind of cool. Just using debris.
That saves like a couple seconds, maybe.
We'll keep going. Yeah, it only saves a couple of seconds, but just using debris and cowbell to our advantage. Basically, the hog would push them forward down the bridge to hit some of the checkpoints a little earlier.
There's a bunch of mortars here. I'm trying not to die from
we're just playing dodgeball here. This is a scripted section, so we just kind of got to stay alive for a little bit.
The button is watchtower here that blows up the charges on the bridge, and you can see the bridge goes boom.
Yeah,
the bridge does go boom.
Now, for lasso difficulty, if you ever done the lasso achievement or completion, you probably noticed that this is the first mission that gave you troubles. This is a combat-heavy mission, but at the same time, from a viewer and a player perspective, watching all four players know what they're doing makes this mission really fast and really satisfying to watch. Just hoping we get a clean Oni to show you guys because
It's definitely one of the more fun missions
Yeah,
to play
more
for,
fun
for
mission,
sure.
it's
Especially
combat
if it's
heavy.
like optimized in a way.
yeah.
for
So
sure.
we'll try to put a show on for you guys. No promises.
Also, be
I mean, we've
lasering some
already-
hunters,
Yeah,
and
this
we're gonna
level
be
is
clearing out some
scary.
enemies.
Because it's a very combat focused level. Like you can't really skip enemies on this level. You have to fight them. And then on Lasso, you know, like all the enemies are stronger and stuff like that. So can be
Nice
pretty
ground.
scary.
Thank you, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah, I just oh my god, I was
You
so
know,
worried about
Saving 'em.
lasering you too.
yeah. I was clinched there, dude.
Very scary.
I can
Also,
be
sometimes,
your
you know,
hero,
Sometimes your
No.
teammates can kill you. Sometimes your fellow runners can also kill you too.
No jump or melee.
This is
just
true.
in case we-
Yeah, that's very possible.
No jumps or melee.
All right, well, while we're running through that, I'm going to jump in real quick with an announcement to let everybody know. Starting tomorrow, everybody, if you're not familiar, Black and Flash's Summer Speedrunning Celebration Juneteenth is going to be here on the GDQ channel starting tomorrow, June 19th, all the way through the 22nd. You can type !Juneteenth in chat for the full schedule and visit gdq.gg/BAF to learn how you can get involved with the Black and Flash community. And be sure to follow their new Blue Sky page at blackandaflash.bsky.social to stay connected.
I think we should be good.
Yep. I need a health back though, because my health is not feeling great.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
left side's
weird.
clear. There's only one
think we're
bird on
okay.
right. Oh, back up.
Getting
back up.
bullied right
Yeah,
now.
we should be good.
Oh god! Oh no, that's weird.
I got him. I got him.
Oh,
Yeah, we
sorry.
got. I like it more phantom. Sub 240 for last time. That's
I'm
good.
getting bullied by that group.
So when
That
our
was
ally
fast.
says more phantoms, that means we've met the kill quota for outside, because you need to kill a certain amount of enemies to go in this inside area. These doors will not open until that kill quota is met, and when our ally says more phantoms look sharp, that is when we are good to go for the next inside section, which is also just as chaotic as the outside section.
Kinda
The
on a
chaos
minute
does not
timer.
end.
Yeah, so we're kind of on a minute timer now. So if you have any more announcements, say now, because we're just waiting.
Oh, yeah, I can definitely jump in with a little bit more. Yeah, folks, SGDQ 2025 is coming up soon, and prize submissions are open. If you want to see how you can submit a prize, go to gamesdonequick.com for more information about that. Additionally, if you want to get ready for for SGDQ 2025, you can check out our SGDQ ambassadors all throughout the month of June. You can support Doctors Without Borders by joining each ambassador's community in the lead up to SGDQ. Use !SGDQ ambassadors to check out the full schedule of all of our ambassadors and when their streams are going to be happening.
Alright.
What we were doing
Sweet.
there was, I mean, it's a bit complicated, but Mickey, one of the AI teammates, he wants to do pathing, walk inside of it, but since we teleport him, he doesn't complete it. We throw nades at a certain area to try to like stop him from doing that pathing, so it just skips it. So it saves like what 20 seconds maybe. It is like pretty easy.
Yeah, and right now there's like a huge combat section with different waves and stuff like that. The nice thing about 4-player co-op is we can have 2 people on each side of the doors.
Oh, that's
so
unfortunate.
lucky.
Yeah, he got chain
shouldn't-
reacted there, which is a byproduct of the skulls, but good checkpoint.
Yeah, that was a good checkpoint though, so didn't lose too much time.
Do you have a
Yeah,
platform?
that's unlucky.
Do we do
No, I don't
Nades,
have it. I don't
even
have
if
it.
they're on the
That's awesome,
ground,
but it happens.
okay for that?
Yeah, I
let
don't-
him in.
and what we mean by chain reacted is nades on the ground will explode if they take enough damage, so those can just fly at us and also kill us without any enemy intervention pretty much.
Yeah, because of the catch skull where enemies throw like a bunch of grenades, basically every enemy spawns with grenades. So after you kill them, their grenades will drop to the floor. So there's just a million grenades everywhere. And yeah, if you're not careful
I'm out of PP.
how and where you kill enemies,
Nice.
they will chain react to the nades that are on the floor, and yeah, it could be
Nope.
pretty awful.
No, we have more spawns. We got more spawns.
Yeah, we have brutes. Yeah, we have
Wow.
brutes.
Yeah, I'm good.
You guys have grunts. We have brutes.
Nice.
Clear, I think? Yeah,
Brute
no,
shot,
not
brute,
clear.
brute shot,
Yeah,
brute.
it's clear.
Careful.
Good.
It's kind of all you right now. All you right
Is he
now.
He's in the middle. Nice.
Got him.
One more.
Nice.
Nice.
That's that clear. Yeah,
Job.
nice.
Very
Let's go.
nice.
Don't jump or melee. Do this checkpoint.
Good clear. We lost a little
That's
bit
a
of
very
time due to
difficult
the...
clear. That's like one of the most difficult parts of this mission. It's just waves
Yeah.
on both sides constantly, a bunch of boots. And actually, it's one of those areas that shows how on Lasso you're actually better off being more aggressive in this game.
Mhm.
Because if you sit in the middle, you could be running out ammo, health, and all that. But if you're up close, you can regenerate on your health and plasma pistols and all that stuff.
Right now, I'm going
Sometimes it
for
shows off how
a
you can be
lineup
aggressive.
because
Yep.
I didn't get too many there. Sometimes you can basically kill all the enemies in the wave with that laser. Basically, the enemies are scripted to kind of walk down in a certain path. So
Oh,
I try
little bit
to
of
go
lag.
for a
Yeah.
lineup,
Also,
little bit of
MCC is very laggy.
That was
yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes on MCC when you're playing online, it lags a little bit, but we're good.
I don't have ammo, by the way. I'm useless right now.
I will
Can
say,
keep my plasma pistol though.
multiplayer / co-op campaign in this, more just campaign,
Brute
not
shot
multiplayer.
guy still.
He's good.
Yeah,
Nice. We it's peer to peer, so whoever the host is, we're connecting off his host. There is no dedicated servers, so if you live
Yeah,
further
something else
away, it
to
could be
like.
worse. So that's why the
It's
lag
something
can
else
happen.
to. It's really impressive to me about Ambler hitting up with our bounds earlier was that he was also dealing with Alpha's latency. It was really impressive that he was able
Oh
to do
yeah,
it
it's
first
very
try.
true too. Yeah,
Well, it
he's like
helps
the
when you
only
SMG it
person that can do it, and he
with
did
help.
it on off host latency, which is insane.
Very impressive.
Look away from Button. I have one of these.
Yeah.
challenges.
Also could be beating up this marine for a specific purpose.
Yep.
Because I don't want to throw nades at me, basically.
Sorry,
ahead.
Go ahead.
I can move it up. Sorry, is it better? Nice. Yep.
So here we're doing a strat John found where usually we're forced to stay in that elevator, but one of our co-op partners, John and Pon, found a way where you can bypass the elevator trigger and we can distract all these buggers. And
It's
usually,
really
like
useful.
we said,
It's really
Go
useful
ahead.
because our allies, like this guy that's on the elevator with us, they are also affected by the catch skull. So when we're in this tiny elevator, he would just be throwing nades at drones, which obviously they're flying, so he's
Yeah.
not gonna kill anything with it except for us potentially. So it's
yeah.
very scary if they don't jump down and kill those drones. Otherwise, he's just gonna be spamming nades the whole time.
Also
So
be killing some
here,
enemies, and
yeah.
you can take it away.
Yeah, here's just the end fight
it's a bit-
section.
Oh, they're nice.
Oh, this might be bad. Yeah, this is bad. Okay, it's fine though.
What he was trying to do was like a manipulation. Where he kills a specific amount of enemies, and then he'll go up to the chieftain. And
Yeah,
if he
the
does
big
it
guy with
correctly, the chieftain will just swing at him in the most predictable way, so he can backsmack him.
the big guy with the hammer,
But,
he kind of is stuck here until you kill a few enemies, then he aggroes. But if you run up to him when he's like stuck like that, he kind of just stands there and does nothing, and then gives you the best swing pattern so you can get behind
Also,
him.
gonna be doing a bit of a launch here.
Yeah, there's
Yep.
a lot going on. So
Nice.
and then
Nice.
nailed it.
End the mission faster.
So yeah, and there we get to the Pelican early. Sows did a nade jump while Bloop also hammer launched him into the Pelican early. So yeah, just a lot going on at all times in this 4-player run.
Very cool. The gravity hammer is a very cool weapon. Mainly seen in Halo 3, but it also has an appearance here in Halo 3 ODST as well.
And we'll see it later in the upcoming
Yep.
mission. Now
We will.
off the streets. I will not jump off the map, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will not.
I had a
John likes this little gap here. This is his friend. He
Should I
likes
do it
this
one
whole.
He likes
Oh my
the
god!
gaps that
he
lead
almost
to the
pushed me
abyss.
there.
Loop. Should I do it one time?
No.
Alright.
Oh
I did it. I missed that gap twice and fell
No,
on that.
please.
no!
Uh,
Don't do it.
oh yeah, now that we have the mongoose,
No, don't do it.
We get the mongoose carryover for all the other streets. So now we
Ow.
can just
Yep.
run to rally point, and it makes it. a
Ra
lot
gets
more
to do
easier.
some Mario Kart driving.
Yeah,
The,
it's really unique and fun to like this Halo game that there's this overworld that you get a vehicle to like drive through. Nailed Tony Hawk. Let's go.
Nice.
Yeah, you could just drive, like, zoom through these street sections, which is really cool and just unique to this Halo game. I have a plasma.
Good luck with Fling.
I'm just not even gonna go for it, honestly.
Okay.
Usually I'm supposed to have
Yeah.
a nade there and use the like put it under the mongoose, and that way it kind of flings me up here. Walking up only loses like, I don't know, 5-10 seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't have nades for some reason, so
And that's part of the problem last with the blind skull. We don't know like how many nades we have or what nades we have selected. So
Or ammo
yeah,
count
it's true.
usually.
Yeah, I
We
don't
have to
know
like
ammo
count all that
count,
mentally.
so I
Alright.
didn't know that I had no
Crosshair, that's what it
nades
is.
until I
Don't
literally
appreciate, don't
attempted
forget.
it there.
Lars could be doing a trick here, and another one is launches. So using a car, it's called rocket car boost. So let's see if you can hit it.
Yeah, so another kind of debris launch.
yeah.
I'm gonna try it a few times. This is also another IL only kind of strat. But I'm gonna give it a couple attempts. I got like
Yeah.
didn't
It's
go
really
far there,
hard.
but-
Like he uses a nade and a car to basically launch himself towards the objective where he needs to be going. But it's very precise because the way he's trying to go is very narrow. It's like pillars and everything, so he needs to do it and also not die. Also, he needs to do it without going super
just gonna
far
go.
because if he goes too far, he will miss a necessary trigger that spawns a phantom with a
Yeah,
ghost that he's going to be boarding soon.
At best, that trick will save like only like 5 seconds, but it just looks really cool. You use like a car with your rocket and everything, and you basically land over where I am now. So it looks
This
really cool,
mission is
but
like-
yeah.
This mission is like one of those missions where you're supposed to be like driving around like a tank, doing everything like some
coming for the
stuff like that.
health
But Rocky is gonna be like just taking a ghost and driving through the entire level pretty much. There's also a very interesting trick here on this mission called Banshee Grab. And I don't know if anyone's ever played Halo 3 and they've tried to take like the AA wave, the anti-AA wave on Halo 3. It's like the same concept. You basically he's gonna like get a Banshee, which is like a flying Covenant vehicle, into a certain corner, and he's gonna shoot it a certain amount of times, and he's gonna be holding the interact key, and whenever the brute inside of it dies, he will be able to board it, which the devs do not want you to do, but that's why you hold the interact keys, so then you can get into it before the Banshee explodes.
If you want to
Yeah, they definitely did not want you to get a Banshee on this level, but we're gonna do it anyways.
Fun fact,
So
you're
what I'm-
supposed to use a tank in this level. That's the only vehicle
Yeah,
you're
that-
technically supposed to use, but we don't use it
Yeah.
at all.
There is a tank on this level, and FYI, but yeah, we just do not use it. And what I did there is I killed a certain ghost and a certain ally because it causes these banshees that are going to be right here to spawn in. And
Be
then
safe.
once they spawn
Gives me a
in,
checkpoint.
oh, sliding again for a second.
Uh-oh.
There we
Okay,
go.
we're back.
Okay, yeah, so once they spawn in,
Interesting.
now I'm going to try to lure this banshee
We love
over
MCC.
here. This ghost isn't supposed to be kind of following me here. Hopefully he leaves. Leave me alone, sir, please.
There we go. And if you want to impress your friends by doing this trick, you
There we
can,
Okay,
go.
the ghosts are leaving.
you can just.
Oh, sorry. lagging
MCC's
again.
having a fit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just tell your
MCC is
friends-
not
Yeah.
having a fun time today.
You can hit this trick and then tell your friends that this trick is frame perfect.
MCC's connection is not the best sometimes in co-op.
'Cause
If only they
not
had
used to going this
servers
fast.
for co-op, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Going too
speed
fast.
runner.
Yeah, it doesn't know what's going on. This guy's being a
Banshee
little
doesn't.
mean
It
right
sometimes
now.
is a bit hesitant to cooperate. You know,
There
I
we
mean, the
go.
brute doesn't really want this to be happening. So,
Yeah.
he might be a bit resistant, but we'll get him eventually.
Yeah,
Those-
so I got him stuck in like an optimal spot now. So now I'm just gonna shoot his feet. It takes 17 shots with the beam rifle to kill this guy. And then on the frame that he dies, it's not impressive though, because I'm just holding the interact button. But on the frame he dies, basically I'm going to get into the Banshee. Otherwise it would blow up. So yeah, I'm in the Banshee. This is definitely not intended. And then I'm going to hit a checkpoint, port my teammates in. So good luck, guys.
Run.
And I'm going to
Very
go
dangerous. for
over
us,
this
as you can
wall.
see.
And basically we skip the entire level and we're in the
Job.
end fight.
Yeah, don't jump
Hold
or
on.
melee when you
Nice.
do
Good job.
Don't
No
jump or
jumping or
melee.
meleeing.
Yep. Alright.
So
So,
So
we're
here
gonna be
is the
doing
end
end
fight.
fight now.
This will be fun.
Yep. And Lal's gonna be in the Banshee. He cannot leave it because if he exits, that kill thing where the Banshee is not supposed to be taken, still active. So if he gets out, the Banshee will explode. And we want the Banshee, so he's got to stay in it the whole time.
So like
And even if he's low health, he has to stay in. So
Luke should be going for this race
Luke's
here.
gonna be boarding the Rapier, I think. Yeah,
Yep.
Nice.
boarding the Rapier.
I'm gonna be in
and
boarding
kills it instantly.
Yeah, and it's just clears like this where everyone has a specific position, makes players go really fast and satisfying to watch.
Yep.
Very
And I
nice.
will say, the ODST melee is the strongest weapon in the game because it takes like a bajillion rockets, banshee bombs, you name it to kill that wraith. But 4 hits from a
Really
fingerless glove, that's all you need. That's all you need.
OP.
Nice kill.
Quite literally. Thank you.
That's the first wave done.
Yep.
Yeah,
Now we're
Actually,
waiting
no,
for the
I'm
second
really-
that
wave.
was the first
that much,
wave,
like,
and
over
then there's
there. Like,
yeah. I'm
I
just
mean,
gonna be
yeah,
hanging
he's
out here.
helping, but like, it's hard, kind of hard to kill all the enemies in the Banshee because the Banshee might not do like the most damage from enemies and whatever. So it's very nice to have people on the ground, headshotting them and everything. Makes it go
Because
by
I'm
way
like
faster.
low health from doing the trick in the first place, like I'm kind of just chilling in this corner as my
Nice,
teammates
clear.
who are on foot who have like better angles, kind of kill more of the enemies. I'm just trying to break a few shields here and there if I can, maybe splatter a couple enemies. But yeah, for the most part, I'm playing safe while the rest of my teammates clear everything in the end fight.
There's one
One
jackal
jackal, I
left,
think?
close to
Yep.
you, right next to you, though.
Yeah,
Finish him off.
got him.
Yep,
I would have
nice.
laughed if he died.
Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it.
Yep.
That's
Do
it.
you have enough health to get
Good
out
job,
of
boys.
to show that off?
Explosion.
If he gets out, oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you
the
saw
way, if
for
he
a
gets out,
second
the
there
Banshee
in the
just explodes,
cutscene
yeah.
that
Yeah.
there was Banshee debris. So yeah, if I got out there, like I probably would have died. So yeah, just definitely not intended how you're supposed to do that mission.
Yeah, moving on to NPD now after the streets NPD, which is a mission kind of like it's gonna be mostly running through all the main areas at the first parts, and we're gonna be setting back because it's one of those things that's just better solo. And it's gonna be
Yeah,
like
it's
an end fight on
kinda
top
like
of like a
TRE.
rooftop or something like that, and it's like a holdout with banshees and phantoms. You can see something very interesting that we kind of found out during the IO runs of the mission. It's like really funny. It's just weird.
Yeah, you
how we
guys,
used
you'll
it.
see that in a little bit when we get into the level. Right now, I'm doing some pathing here. Hopefully, there is a ghost. No ghost.
No ghost today.
Sometimes in this street section here, there is a ghost there, which you can board, and then it's faster than the mongoose, so we save a few seconds in future street sections if we get it. But it's just RNG. I think it's like 1 in 5 or something like that.
Blue should like melee some cones here.
Yeah, I'm gonna melee some cones just for fun.
Actually, do not.
So this is an
Uh,
MPD, and once again, Ron's gonna be leading us to victory.
while we wait.
Yeah, because we can't do anything, so we just
Oh, and
we
also
do
some
this.
cone launches, go off the map, stuff like that.
We play Duck Hunt with the cones.
Yeah, the boys gotta play
Cowbell
mini
helps a
games
lot
out
with,
there. I'm
cones.
also trying to do a cone launch here, which I hit, so it just launches me to the
Nice.
next section here.
Oh, you should tell everyone how fun it was to grind IOs with us. Yeah.
We had so much fun on this mission because we sit here for the first like 2-ish minutes, and then we get to a middle room,
Bunch
and
of
then sit
cones.
again. And then guess what? He goes again, and then we sit again, and then we get to end fight, and then it's fun. But
And then we
until
die.
that point,
Or like a
Yeah.
phantom soft locks us.
yep.
Oh yeah, so at the end fight, like I said before, there's a bunch of phantoms,
Yeah,
banshees. We actually don't want to kill the phantoms because on Lasso, there's some weird thing where it's like a 20% chance about that if you kill a phantom, the pilot, I believe, won't die. Something like that. But if that happens, then you're just soft locked, as in you just cannot complete the mission. So we want to avoid blowing up phantoms if possible.
Yeah, and all your allies in that end fight all have heavy weapons, rocket launchers, lasers, the works. So we just aim to take away all their
This might be
ability to kill
bad.
the phantom.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
How unfortunate.
Unfortunate death
running
there.
through is a bit difficult to do here.
Oh, very good
It
checkpoint
just has
though.
to go as fast as possible, and those drifts have maulers, which is kind of like pocket shotguns. And the chieftain
Yeah.
has a plasma turret. He's very aggressive too. So.
Yeah, the weapons that
You know.
these guys have can just one-shot you if you have no shield. That time I didn't get shot at all, so it was very easy getting past those guys.
That's how RNG goes sometimes in Halo.
Watch
Yeah.
the nade.
Watch a nade. Yeah.
Grenade.
That grunt
Good.
loves
That's
nades.
still very scary.
We'll call it that nade all the time because many of us have gotten stuck by that name. I'm not going to name names.
This
Yeah,
cave-
that's
this,
one of those situations where the nade is aimed for me, but then my teammates in the back will get stuck with it. Yeah, so that's the reason why We
got the
typically
zipper
run
left.
through areas, but this is the final fight here, so yeah, we need all 4 people here to
This
really
beam we're
speed
walking
this
on
up.
is supposed to like shake around. It's like it's supposed to be some banshees that fly past us, which hit like the cables and make it shake around. It's all scary and stuff. If we just walk on the left side, it just skips that. So, you know, it's
Yep,
it's all good.
Bungie put a trigger like way off to the right, and we could just kind of skirt by it to the left.
Anyways, yeah, now we get to show off the thing we found out with the
Sure.
banshees.
Oh, we
So
got left
the plasma
there.
pistol has like an EMP feature, which got implemented in Halo 3 and onwards, where if you overcharge a Banshee, like any vehicle, it just falls. It's disabled, and there's like a kill barrier below us, which will make it so when they fall, they die.
Don't get beamed. if you need help.
Yeah, so the intended way to kill these banshees is supposed to be these missile pods and stuff. You know, they give you lasers, which I'm using the laser because it is useful. But the missile pods, due to the tough luck skull, enemies with the tough luck skull, they want to dodge explosions. So the missile pod actually is really slow at killing the banshees.
Here we go, Phantoms.
Oh yeah,
I was gonna be
sorry.
doing the
I
lineup
will
here to
stop
try to-
talking.
I have the
Just gotta do
lineup.
To
something.
shoot the Phantom
Okay, I
here
get you.
that's on our left side, and since cowbell kind of pushes objects and things like that, whenever the Phantom comes up, you'll be able to see that the Phantom got pushed
Right.
in such a way that the enemies
Just fall.
They just
off the map,
fall
off the map.
right off.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
The
Yeah, we
power
don't
of
have to do it.
cowbell slightly moves the phantoms so that yeah, all the enemies just fall off the map.
things
Okay,
that
where did my
Ross
laser
found
go?
is just amazing. It's so funny. It's amazing that Ross been able to find these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, not all of it has been me. Like, you know, we have definitely
Yeah,
like this
yeah.
plasma pistol strat was found through co-op, and
Reflections?
yeah. Was it reflection? I was thinking it was like either reflections or
Reflections,
toy,
I
but yeah.
Those
So
are
yeah,
Reflections,
like a lot of strats have been found through co-op, so I appreciate all the like anybody that's done co-op with me in this game. But yeah, a lot of the routing in this game I kind of like did solo. So I just love seeing this game like this fast at this point now. And once again, I appreciate the boys for actually like playing with me. So
Yeah. Definitely awesome to see
If
Lasso
we
get some
did-
more love. Love
we
that
didn't have
deserves,
this button,
especially on
just,
ODST, which is a game that I believe is very underappreciated. So, you know, it's awesome that we're able to show this off here.
If we didn't have this plasma pistol strat, this invite would be a lot longer. Because Banshees
Yeah,
would be dying.
these Banshees are very, they're very resistant to dying to the missile pods. And the EMPs kill them instantly, so...
Yep. It taking
yeah,
4 shots
and-
through.
and the way this section works is essentially there's like 3 or 4 waves of phantoms that are supposed to come in, drop off enemies and stuff like that. But essentially
That does
the
nothing.
fastest way to speed it up is to kill banshees. It's scripted that at the end of every wave or phantom section, if there's 2 or less banshees alive, then it'll go to the
Stick
next
to it.
scripted section. So that's the reason why we're mainly focusing the banshees. Besides that, if we actually kill the phantoms on Lasso, there is like a weird 1 in 5 chance, kind of, that the phantoms will like not fully
more
blow
PP.
up.
I'm out of PP
And yeah, it's just some weird effect with the skulls. So we avoid killing them. If anybody's wondering why we're not killing the phantoms, just because we don't want to soft lock the game.
Yeah.
By the way,
and-
Rob, did you get Ghost on MS5 or no?
No, unfortunately, it wasn't there.
Okay. Yeah, so the pathing Rob did on the streets before this was to try to get a Ghost, which... Basically, you do lose time grabbing it in the streets, but on the next 2 streets after this, you actually do save time. So,
Next
you know,
Phantom,
it's
I think?
It's worth it
No,
overall.
it's not in
Yeah,
there.
it should be coming shortly.
The last Phantom here, we can actually blow up, so Rob's gonna be trying to kill it, so then the rest of the brutes can't get out in time. And we just
Yeah,
Yeah,
there is a
way.
way to like really fast kill this phantom so that no brutes drop out, but it's scary because you can soft lock your game doing it. I'm gonna let half the brutes out and then kill the phantom.
One
And then yeah,
On
we just gotta
Cowbell can
kill.
make these guys kind of fall off the map, a bunch of them too, which is what happened
Yeah,
here.
and we just gotta kill the 4 brutes. I'm gonna
Whoa,
let
there's
them
a
do it
gun.
because I don't have the weapons, and I'm just gonna stand up here
Alright,
for the
that's it.
trigger.
And
yeah,
I will
nice.
say,
Could be good. Yeah, there we go.
and
That's
this
the
will be
end
a good
of
time for that break
B level.
you were talking
Yeah,
about.
and then this
Yeah.
is where we should take the break.
Awesome. Yeah, we can definitely do that. So we're going to go ahead and pause the timer, folks. This is a time we're going to take a quick break. We're big on health and wellness here at Games Done Quick, and we want to encourage you all to do what we're going to do, which is to take a quick break, get some water, stretch your legs, do whatever you got to do, and we will be back in just a little bit. Welcome back to Crosshair here on the GDQ Hotfix. We are knee deep into our run of Halo 3 ODST, and we are going to get things started back up again to finish this run out. Gentlemen, whenever you are ready, count us down and let's do this.
Go ahead.
All right, sweet. Yeah, so 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Let's do this.
One of those streets missions, and we'll just be going to the next artifact, and we're on a very unique and interesting mission called Kigawani Station. It's definitely a fan favorite, just not even in the ODST, but in the entire Halo franchise, really. One of the only missions that has the environment it does have, and it's like Banshees. There isn't really a mission tailored for Banshees in the way that Kiko is. So the environment, just the fights you can have, and the using Banshees and all that, it's pretty cool. And we're gonna be breaking mission a lot.
Yeah. The break
This
that we
mission,
found,
you're supposed to be doing a lot of stuff that we just do not do.
the break that we found was about, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago we found it. It used to be a full path mission, but around 3 years ago we found a little trick to get out of bounds, and ever since this mission has been pushed to its limits, especially for the normal categories, easy and ledge. It's been pushed.
There's even faster strats as well for getting out of bounds, really. But one that
there are even
is just
faster.
the most consistent.
Yeah, there's even faster ways to do this level. But for lasso, it's pretty scary to do.
Don't jump.
Don't jump, good call. But yeah, so we're still gonna be going out of bounds though. We're still gonna be breaking this level wide open. But there is a slightly faster way to do it as well, which is pretty cool. The other things with this level is it's one of those levels where all 4 co-op people have a job, so it's just really cool to see that at first they're going to be kind of chilling as I do the out of bounds, but later all 4 of them are going to be hitting different triggers, so we can get through the level very quickly.
All good. Yeah, all good. Cool. Oh yeah, there's a little cubby over here. Oh, Fio, watch out.
We're good.
I'm gonna watch this right now.
Right now, I'm not where the devs really intended, and then there's a barrier here, but you can kind of flip your wing and then barrel roll out, and push your Banshee all the way down to the water. Because if I got back in my Banshee right now, basically I would soft lock. As well as there's a barrier here. I have a 1 pixel barrier that if you walk into, you get soft locked. So I just have to jump over that. And then, my Banshee's
times doing that.
Yeah, it's a 1 pixel barrier, but somehow I always happen to hit it.
There's a new runner sometimes,
Yeah, there's a new runner that kind of started picking up the game, and he doesn't even look at the lineup and just jumps down and hits it every time. So I'm kind of jealous, but So
you can see a bunch of tasks here that all the players are gonna be doing. So we got John going down to a certain area, and Bloop also going down to a certain area.
So what I do here,
all that stuff.
Yep, I hit some loads here to progress the level, and then once I am in here, Raw will port me above here, and then John below will load the rest of the map, and then we'll just kind of fly to the end here, go over the middle.
Yep.
And then we'll port our non-Banshee player here, and then we continue to the edge of the mission here, and I'm gonna just skip all the stuff and just go completely out of my way, out of bounds
to hit 2 triggers through the wall, and Bloop is going to the end of the map.
Yeah, straight to the end of the map.
Houses, the explosive things that end the mission.
Yeah, end this mission in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Definitely not intended.
Definitely
so it's
not intended.
Very nice.
Just really cool if you see all 4 point of views of that mission, because just everybody's hitting a whole bunch of stuff, and it just works perfectly that you can just beat the mission super quick.
And that's the crazy thing. There's faster strats still. We didn't even do the faster.
Yeah, it's insane.
You can push this level to load 1 minute time with everyone. It's crazy. Right.
So now we
now
have
we're
the
gonna go
Moving on
data
longest.
to
hive.
data
The
hive.
hardest.
So
Oh, yeah, you got the hardest
the
mission
flashback
first.
missions, the flashback missions are all done. So we are back to being the rookie for the last two missions, and the last two missions are definitely some of the most difficult in the game in a way. Data hive is, I mean, it's kind of like easy if you're going slow, but no, the speedrunning is not about going slow. So you might have some difficulties here, but sometimes they might go well.
So Ra's gonna go ahead and lead here. Once again, this is kind of one of those missions similar to Kazinga and Teari at the beginning of the run, where Ra kind of just takes the lead because once again, with all the skull modifiers, this map is nothing but tight hallways. Like if you look at my screen, this little doorway here is kind of the average hallway you get in this mission. So as you can see, there's really not a lot of room to maneuver. So you'll see Ra going through here once he gets to the next parts, and you'll see why that we only have him kind of lead us through this mission. There are a few ports that we utilize, but those don't come until a little bit later.
If you're claustrophobic, this mission probably might scare you a little bit, especially on lasso, catch and everything. You can
Oh,
just
yeah.
being crammed
Nice
into
launch.
those hallways and
Thank you.
everything like that. Yep, also, cones do push you as well. So
Yeah,
you
the
gotta
There's
ODSTs
a
are
careful
light.
tons of
launches.
cones. There's tons of cones in this level, and on other difficulties they use more. So like I mentioned, like lasso is cool where you get more momentum off of the cones. However, you're because of the black eye skull, your health doesn't regen unless you pick up medkits or melee enemies. So you can only do a certain amount of boosts. Otherwise, you're probably gonna die to like the nade damage. So it's a
Also with
fine line,
cowbell,
like a balance.
also with cowbells, a lot of the lunges that one might do, like the debris lunges, they're actually more likely to kill you than not. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's better to not go for them.
Construction ahead. Expect delays.
They're gonna be ported here, and
And as you
bosses
can
be
tell,
running
all
through.
these hallways are super small.
Yeah.
So
Don't jump melee just in case.
Yeah,
be
see,
safe.
all
Run
of us,
through, and yep, they're gonna be sitting here and waiting. Once
Yeah.
again,
like, I don't.
this mission is very solo based because, like Bloop said before, the hallways are just very small and everything. Imagine cramming all four players through these hallways with nades flying that can insta kill you, just boot
Chain
shots and all
reactions,
that stuff.
yeah, chain reactions, just asking you everything.
And reactions, all that.
It's not a fun time for co-op. So
Definitely a better thing to do solo instead of with all of us. We do come in later, but it's mostly a solo mission.
The next mission after this, though, we all once again kind of have our roles that we need to do. So we just kind of get through this mission slowly but surely. There's going to be a few heavy combat areas, and I don't know if we're going to do the trick at the end. We'll see when we get there. But yeah, right now it's kind of dependent on whether the brutes are nice or not. So you kind of have to rely a little bit on enemy RNG to not mess with what we need for the trick, because we need a box that kind of sends it. But there
Yeah.
is a trick coming before that Ron will kind of showcase as we go about
As
here,
John was
which we call
saying
Hero.
on Oni, the hammer will also come in handy there because you could be doing a box launch, which is basically you go walk up against like a box basically, and it's be positioned in a certain way. You go like walk up against it and you jump and hammer. The box will like kind of like boot. Like I don't know like what it is, but it like hits you and you get launched.
It's a prop
It's like
launch.
one of those things where yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where cowbell might affect you negatively because you might get too much speed and just flatter.
Oh, that's a little
Just
scary. Yeah.
So
Brute shot
hopefully,
guy,
yeah,
unfortunately,
sucks.
came out quickly. Hopefully, I got a decent checkpoint. I don't know, right? Oh,
Even
there's a
solo, this mission is
right
tough to go
before
faster.
the death. That's
Yeah,
a very
yeah.
good checkpoint.
A convenient.
The bubble shield is so another, like, as you can tell, like these hallways are very awkward to fight in. Like he dropped a bubble shield there. If he didn't push and just sat in the bubble shield the whole time, like, yeah, I basically would just lose like 20 seconds because I can't really push into him because he's a brute shot guy. Like very scary to be close quarters. So yeah, the combat in this level is out of plasma pistol. This is also scary. I gotta try to adapt here. Oh, please.
Oh,
Ra
Got a
is
plasma
dancing with
pistol.
death right now.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, you.
Like,
Nice.
clutched up
Clutch it
so
up.
hard there.
Yeah, that
Very
was scary. This mission, even solo, as you can see, it's not a forgiving mission.
Stay back.
Oh yeah. Good call, good call.
I think you want to.
No, we're good.
Got
Basically,
you.
what Raw does here is
That's
kind of like whenever we enter this room, if he goes left a certain way, there's supposed to be like 9 routes or something on the other side of the hallway, like a lot of routes. But if we do that, they just despawn. That we have no idea why it happens. It's weird
Yeah, it's
because
just
if
funny
you kind of
enough.
sit there and look at the map, they are there. But whenever you go like towards the left side, they're just gone.
Yeah, for whatever reason, there's a deload where all you have to do the deload is just walk left in that room. Like, that's literally it, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, this game is less than perfect. We'll say that, less than perfect. As much as we love our Halos, they make the reason that we can do half the stuff we can do. The reason we can do half the tricks, half the out of bounds, half the sequence breaks that we do is because it's not perfect. So it has its charm. Like a lot of these strats,
is going to be
Kiwani.
doing.
No, go ahead. You're good.
Okay, yeah. The section Raw's about to be doing here, and the section he died to, I believe, is called sub-level 9, which is like the level that we're on of this mission. It's very difficult to do because he's not trying to kill anyone really, besides like a certain amount of enemies to make brutes push up. And he's gonna just be running through when it's like, I don't know, an innumerable amount of brutes.
Yeah, like look at all these guys here. The last time I got unlucky because I had a brute shot spawn. This time he had just like an easier weapon. But essentially, there's all those brutes there, and they kind of sit there. But if you kill 3 enemies, and luckily there's 3 grunts right there, it causes the enemies to kind of walk forward, and then you can run around the wall, like kind of ring around the rosy them, and just skip all of them if you play it correctly.
It's also very helpful there too, since it makes them dodge, so they won't be shooting boot shots.
Yeah, like there I'm not throwing nades to kill those guys. I'm just throwing nades to make them dodge and abuse the tilt skull.
We have to check
I have no PP, so somebody has to break. Somebody has to break the brute.
I can get him.
Okay, nice.
Never mind, I lied.
Got flame nades too. Flame nades are very helpful when it comes to jackals because they have that shield that can't be faltered on lasso because of the tilt skull. Flame nades just ignore that and they just burn.
Yep, flame nades are definitely oh my.
I just realized I've been trying to avoid saying PP because that's basically a plasma pistol is what we call like short form for PP. So I've been just trying to call it a plasma pistol for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you heard me say I have no PP, that's why.
Yeah, it's we're a little immature, but we have our fun.
Yeah, it's just short form for plasma pistol.
Yeah, like for example, there's another gun in this game that also is called by its analogy. It's called a brute plasma rifle, and who the heck wants to say that? Come on now, BPR is way easier to say. Totally doesn't make it convoluted or whatever.
Yeah.
Especially when you're talking to someone that doesn't know anything about the game really, and you like say like, "Oh yeah, what's your favorite weapon?" And you say that, it's just like, huh?
Oh, I got chain reacted there, unfortunately. This level is
very dangerous.
Yeah, usually I don't die on this level, but I mean things happen. Like the hallways are just so tight. There's multiple explosions. Getting a little unlucky on this level, but you gotta get unlucky somewhere. And for us, like the rest of the run has been really good. So
yeah, Data Hive really amps up the difficulty, not only due to Lasso being difficult as a whole, but also, like we said earlier, tight, cramped hallways, chain reactions, lots of nades. Things cannot be worse for you on this level, to be honest. Other than dying, of course. But other than that, it kind of
great job outside of that. So
you know, it just shows off just how tanky you can be in ODST and how you can run through things. But you always run through things in a kind of a strategic way. Where, you know, there's health packs around, you use nades to make people dodge, stuff like that. There's like a strategic way where you can just run through all these enemies and, you know, not die.
Yeah, some of the other Halo games, if you're playing Lasso, you're very like weak. Yeah, you like one
Halo 2,
bullet, one sniper shot, like you're dead. in this game, it's more forgiving, but because it's more forgiving, like it's still hard, don't get me wrong, but because it's more forgiving, you can go fast essentially in a lot of sections, which is really nice.
That makes sense.
There you go. Nice
It
speedrun.
it makes it a really good speedrunning game, like this Lasso specifically, because like they said, Halo 2, Halo 3, heck, even Halo 4, you're marginally weaker than this game. Like you can tank a lot of shots in this game. Like if you ever see someone trying to give an example of like, oh, how fast can you die on Lasso? ODST, you can.
Ooh, almost.
Aw, good try.
So yeah, what
Oh,
I'm
yeah, the
going
trick
for
he was
right
going
now
for
is a
here
trick called
was,
D route.
Yep. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just a trick called D route where I'm shooting a barrier to get it weak, and then throwing a nade, combining it with a brute shot, in order to get enough height. For some reason, I'm messing this up, but it basically launches you up there, and you skip a lot of the enemies, or well, all the enemies, honestly. This section would be like a nightmare if you didn't skip all these drones above, and that's probably what most people like remember about this game. There we go. That's how it's supposed to go.
Nice. Well done.
Very nice.
Okay. Let's see.
No,
I feel
go
like,
ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I feel like Kid Trouble is somewhere in chat smiling at you failing D-Row.
I know.
Come on.
That trick's honestly like really easy. But just if you don't practice it that much, you kind of it's a muscle memory feeling kind of thing. But it is pretty lenient. Somehow I mess it up though during runs. So
Good.
Not to interrupt you, but can you like pause before you go through the door and you get carbon?
yeah, yep.
And I will say, this section that we're in right now is usually filled to the brim with buggers. Like, all these little hives that you see, all that's usually a bugger spawn, but since we skip an elevator ride, which is why we do D-Route, it doesn't hit a load trigger that activates the buggers. It kind of just skips that all, and we're able to just waltz through that area without any resistance at all.
Those leads with a chieftain and
Yeah, so I'm
Here's
gonna
the
be
hand.
trying to like manipulating
game
the
over.
chieftain to give me a good. Okay, for some reason he's just
He doesn't
ignoring
care.
me.
He does not care.
I've
He's
never-
not interested whatsoever.
I've never
What is
seen
he
this
doing?
before.
I've never seen this either.
Oh, he's interested.
Can you guys kill
now.
these brutes? Can you guys shoot these
Yeah.
brutes? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got you.
He's coming
I,
out,
like,
just,
He was just aura walking. Like I don't know. He just nothing bothered him.
he's cool or something.
It's crazy. He was aura farming, dude. That's not fair.
Yeah.
Dude, he's
There's,
like,
there's one more brute. If you guys can help me with this guy. Okay.
and Ron's
nice.
gonna do a lineup here, which sets up this box for a later trick that we're about to
Yep.
do.
And I'm gonna, if he shoots it, I'm gonna fix it with my plasma pistol.
I'm gonna step in front of him.
Up, and that should
Totally,
be
totally
good.
the greatest. Yep.
Oh, as long as the brutes, when we come out, don't just brute shies to hell.
Access granted.
Hopefully this should work fine. So we need to get Dare, which is a teammate here, and also
Yep.
Virgil, which is the engineer that we're about to pick up here. And we need to get them. We need to get Dare stuck in the corner, and we need to get Virgil stuck. Like we just got to launch him up
That
into
might
the
not
air.
work. Okay.
Oh,
nice.
Dare's in the corner, and
And
Virgil's
there
on
Don't,
the
goes
air.
the
Don't
ceiling.
mail,
Now
don't mail it,
we
don't worry.
have to go
Yeah, don't mail it, Trump.
towards the box. And we're also be doing the hammer launch I was talking about earlier. And hopefully with cowbell it should be fine. Also these boots don't absolutely destroy
Yeah.
this.
Essentially, this will skip the whole end fight if I'm able to do it.
Nice.
Oh, it's splattered.
Let's
But
try. Aw.
Hopefully you get the
no, it was
checkpoint.
close. Yeah. Hopefully we got a checkpoint here. Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
nice,
Good
good checkpoint.
checkpoint. Yeah.
I'm
With
gonna keep an eye on
cowbell,
Not
it-
aggressive brutes either.
with cowbell, you can get a lot of speed here. So you're at risk of splattering.
Nice.
I got. It
Nice.
might have worked.
That should have worked.
No, it didn't work because I got too much height.
Okay.
Okay, we probably. I don't know if we have the full
We have
clear.
to clear this? We
We
might.
might have to. It might have given me the checkpoint here. Oh no,
Nope,
never mind.
nice.
Okay.
Ready again.
Okay.
Good luck.
And then yeah, there's like another finicky thing there where if you like kind of get too much height and like bounce, it's gonna
Oh my-
happen again.
Oh,
If you get
man.
too much height and bounce around, then you have to land down low in order to actually hit the trigger or like kind of skip it. So this is just really finicky with cowbell. Like you gotta do it pretty
Like I
precisely.
said.
Oh,
Cowbell
this
is
this
very,
might work.
Not great.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, the door
Nice.
opened, so we skipped it.
Here,
Watch
the
the nade,
guards
watch the
are going to
nade.
be throwing a bunch of grenades here, so it's going to be a bit hard to, get past to. we all need to be here with Raw, or else the mission won't end, which is why we have to kind of run past all those enemies. But we all got through, so we are pretty much done with Data Hive. It's gonna be
And
a
we're
bit
on
of a warp
to
here that Raw's
Coastal.
gonna do to warp Virgil
Yeah.
into the elevator at the end. And it's a bit finicky, but I mean, it's just a weird like soft lock-ish prevention in a way. Where if you look away from them and you look like at a certain area, they'll teleport. So you look away from the elevator at the end, and then you look towards it at a certain point, and then Virgil will be in the elevator, and it just ends the mission.
Yeah, so Virgil just warps here, and he's the key to open this door. So we just gotta wait a second for this kind of like cutscene, and then yeah, as Silas said, I'll be warping them into the elevator. Essentially, even though they're not on like your screen, they're behind walls and stuff like that. As long as you're looking at the direction of an ally, they stay in that position. But if nobody, so all four of us are not looking at them, they will kind of teleport near you. It's like an anti-soft lock thing. So we're gonna just abuse that here to just get Virgil to warp a little bit ahead of us, and
That's
we can skip this
basically,
whole area.
Yep, that's basically why we all have our heads jamming doors and walls, is so we can look away from Virgil. So, you know, the thing that Raw is doing is to make sure it works, because if we're looking at him, it won't work. That's why we have to look away. All of us need to do it. Raw's gonna be
Yeah,
looking
so
away
right now I'm
here
looking
while walking
backwards towards Virgil,
He passes
and then I'm
forklifts
gonna
and
look
all that,
away,
and
and then he
turns around.
teleports right here.
And that's the mission.
Nice.
And now we're on
Last
the
mission, which is definitely the bane of some people's existence in trying to
Yeah.
complete this. Trying to complete Lasso.
If
You know,
you're a
like,
Halo
some people might
player,
remember
you
this as-
probably this
Coastal
Highway,
level
love
gives
it.
you nightmares.
I'm gonna get
Um,
rockets, John.
we're gonna
Yeah.
be doing a trick to skip most of it. Well, it's still like this trick that we're gonna be doing is some people call it the hardest like trick in the whole Halo franchise. So it's pretty cool when we do it.
Very brutal.
But yeah, very punishing trick, and even doing this level like normally is very brutal on Lasso as well. Yeah, when most people think about ODST, they think about this level.
So it's a nightmare no matter what you do.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yep,
exactly.
it doesn't matter if-
Casually,
except for easy.
speedrun,
Yeah.
it's a nightmare.
I mean, even easy, it is a
Even not
nightmare.
even just on Lasso, on legendary, easy if you're trying to go fast. Lasso, it's all just a nightmare. Even with this trick, it's still one of the longest missions in the entire game. Not the entire game, the entire franchise. Sorry.
It's about 25% of the speed run.
There, I just
That's
did
easy,
another
yeah.
Virgil warp.
Yeah, it's pretty
which is
easy.
why
That
you can
was
see
a bit
people
more
looking.
dangerous because Buck and Dave are going to be throwing grenades, and if it sends Virgil flying, and that's a soft lock right there. So dangerous to do that, but as you can see, it went fine.
Yeah, avoided the soft lock.
So the main reason that Coastal is so dangerous is not because of you dying; it's because of Virgil and Dare dying.
Take the wheel, rookie.
So
Yeah, essentially.
That was Buck, we're good.
Yeah. So essentially, this mission is a one big escort mission, which escort missions also another thing that speedrunners hate. So yeah, you can imagine why this level is just a nightmare. It's like you got to stay alive as well as you got to keep that big like tank-looking thing that I drove by alive as well. So yeah, it's just a big escort mission.
I don't have pistol,
While she may seem
so,
tanky on the later doors, she is
Oh, I
pretty
didn't-
much equivalent to
Okay.
paper mache.
I don't know how many plasmas I have.
Two doors.
that might be
That's
bad.
very just
Yeah,
very
that's-
brutal. That's
we
gotta reset
That's
this.
All good.
unfortunate.
yeah, so unfortunately,
I'll
the
just
hog
run to
is
a wall.
mandatory. Yeah.
Yeah, I also
I went
only
to a
have.
wall, and that's what
It's
happened.
good to know. I only have 2 plasmas, so I am gonna need to get 1 plasma.
All right, shotgun.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so that was basically the premise of this trick is we are laundering one hog out the map onto this ramp on the right side. And ideally we want to get it all the way up to a certain point where the soft lock barrier or whatever, the elastic barrier is not it's past the barrier basically. And then we can start driving it. And afterwards we're gonna be laundering a second hog with Raw in it of the map as well. Then he can get out of that hog and start driving that hog, and it triggers on along the highway, basically. first we need to get the
This
first
will
hog out
work.
the
Nice,
back,
that was
in which
fine.
case this should be just fine.
That's
Nice.
There we
Oh.
go.
Nades on me. Nades on me.
There, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
on
good.
me.
That's
I'm
fine.
shooting
Okay, I'll
it's
go.
sliding. It's
Is it
sliding. Oh
Oh,
god.
it's sliding.
You want me to rocket it?
It's
I
still
don't, yeah,
sliding?
rocket it. Yeah.
Yeah, if you can rocket it, I'm reloading right now. Okay.
Wait.
Oh,
Stop.
that's fine.
Okay, we're
That's
fine.
good.
Oh, that's close.
Okay, nice.
You got nades?
So if you see where I'm aiming, those 3 lines are basically the absolute lowest you can have this first warthog. Anything lower than that, and this trick won't work. So we got really lucky here, and as you can see, it's right on the ledge. And now here's gonna be
around
hog
the point
2.
where
Yeah, I'm ready whenever.
Don't jump or melee. We got it.
Oh, lag.
grenade
Oh,
here.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah,
Besides
we're
the
good.
lag, whilst
Oh,
we
there
throwing
we go.
grenades here into the sky to land behind the hog, and then he's gonna get into it after throwing 1 plasma.
Oh.
And he
Oh my
just
First
gets
try,
sent
maybe?
over the last one. Get first try.
Yes,
Let's go.
First
Let's go.
try.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh. It's
Nice.
just
go,
It's the
Rob.
cock.
I can't
Yeah, you
explain
gotta
Yeah,
have a precise
Breaking
nade
an
line up
elastic
there
barrier.
Yeah, I
to
feel
get the
this.
hog out. And then, yes, this hog is
Now
good.
he
So,
is free. He is out.
yeah, basically
he's
we
outta
use
here.
the first hog to break through the elastic barrier, and then we have this second hog waiting for us to actually do the out of bounds driving. And now, clearly you're not supposed to be up here. But yeah, what I'm doing is I'm going to be hitting triggers in a very specific way. It's going to look like I'm just driving, but in certain sections I gotta do like very precise driving like movements. Like the trigger here is just in the middle here, so this one's easy. The next one is also in the middle, but I'm skipping getting out because of a co-op thing where Bloop is going to be getting into a mongoose and hitting a load for me.
Woo! I gotta not die
Yeah,
first,
gotcha.
but I'm good.
Don't forget to get the
The
rockets.
second trigger here is
Yep.
a trigger where Long would need to jump onto a side platform, which looks like the ramp that we did highway skip off of, pretty much. That we launched the hog to, but what we found out ourselves actually is driving a mongoose or whatever, just being in that general area where the side platform is, hits the trigger for him. So it just saves a couple seconds, and no one else actually does it besides us. So we're
Yeah,
actually
well,
the ones that
we
discovered
found
this
it
all
literally,
now.
3 weeks ago. I mean, it saves like 5 seconds or 10 seconds because we're going to do it again. But yeah, it's a little strat that we ourselves found out, the Lasso squad, so it's kind of cool.
Also, another reason, the main reason why highway skip is so brutal in both Legendary and Lasso is because while Raw's gonna be doing all this driving on top of the highway, they're in the Elephant, which is what she's driving, is driving along, and she has no protection basically. Like she might actually die here.
Yeah, that's a
Wow.
little scary.
I don't like how she lost her shit. Oh.
Yeah, she. Okay, I don't know. But,
That's not,
yeah, she has no protection because normally.
Oh,
if
she
we were
did
in-
die.
Yeah, we got lucky.
That's crazy. That's really unlucky.
Yeah,
That's really
that's really unlucky. I don't know how she did.
Yeah, she
yeah,
must
the
have
example
got
right there.
stuck.
If she dies, the mission just we just revote they died. So even though we're not dead, like it's over pretty much. Since we're not there to protect her, basically for the most part, he kind of just we have to pray that she lives.
Which section
Sometimes
is?
it's
I think this is the
Put
side
in other
load.
sections, but here she's entirely fine.
Sometimes I get confused, unfortunately, if we do reset because all the outside looks the same. But yeah, okay, I know where I am. Yeah, but essentially, like her protection. Normally, you would be on the highway, like making sure enemies aren't shooting her. If you're doing this like full path normally, what we're doing though, or the way that we're kind of protecting her here, is we're going so fast that we're kind of trying to teleport her away from enemies. Because we're hitting these triggers so fast, she just keeps teleporting forward, and every time she teleports, she gets her full health back. So that's kind of how it works here, but you can still get unlucky.
The next doors that are coming up are definitely the most dangerous doors. Probably the scariest doors for anyone that was playing this game.
The Rock of the Shade.
And do Coastal and Lasso, or even Legendary sometimes, just casually and whatever. So this door here is very dangerous. The door afterwards is very dangerous. Just
That's fine. So we want to check. Yeah, we want the checkpoint here, Styles, and then.
she has a high chance of dying. This door she's the most likely to die in, so hopefully it goes well. But in case it
And I'm
doesn't,
doing a
we
tactic.
actually want to prevent a checkpoint because if we get a checkpoint while she's getting melted, we can actually soft lock pretty much. The only way to save that is if we double leap it, which is slow, of course.
Yeah, and this door, the driving that I have to do here is pretty precise. I gotta go around the front here at like a certain speed, and I did it.
So we have to hope Dale lives. We
Very
hope Dale
nice.
lives here. You can,
Hopefully,
you
sometimes
can just die
it's
here.
door open,
It's
sometimes it's door open.
we're just praying.
Don't
right
kill
now,
yourself, John.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm trying to get the door to open. Oh,
Oh, she's full health, which should be good.
that could be a
Hopefully.
lot. That could be
So
a
what
lot.
I
Wait
did
for her to
there,
teleport though.
yeah. So what I did there was I drew aggro away from
Come on.
all the stuff. So
I
Ra's
died.
over here. Oh no.
I'm kind of weak. I got shot a lot, which was not really my fault. Okay, I know where I am.
Okay,
Actually,
so-
I might not get shot. No, I got shot here
What
again.
Bloop was doing there was he's actually doing two things at once there. So that door is basically it's like 4 banshees or whatever, maybe more, I don't remember, but they kind of get attracted onto Raw, which is driving like up top on the highway around where the banshees are, and they start shooting at him. You know, it's
Oh, I got mortared.
Bloop
Fuck.
just but either way, yeah, there's his cowbell. He can get pushed off the map, and it's kind of the highest difficulty in terms of damage. You can
Okay,
also
I
just
didn't
die,
get
so
shot at
Bloop
all this
is-
time, so I should be good.
Bloop's hitting the side trigger, like the
Sorry.
first one earlier, and he's also.
I'm trying to draw aggro
he
here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He's also trying to draw aggro on the Wraith floor here, so Data has a higher chance of living. Even still, it's just up to RNG.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, like this is pretty much supposed to be an IL only strat, or it was an IL only strat for like the longest time. So there's a lot of things that can go wrong. So yeah, that's the reason why we're reset. But still, even with these resets, like it's gonna save multiple minutes. Like this trick, if you do it optimally over full path, probably at least for lasso, probably saves like 7 minutes or so.
Wow.
So it's
Hopefully
it's a
she-
large time save.
Massive. Hopefully she lives here.
Come on.
We just need
It's
to
a bit
teleport and then
scary.
we'll be good. This is
She
this
forced-
is the scary part.
I'm trying to get
She forced,
attention.
we're good, but
Yeah,
we
she
have to.
forced, okay.
Oh, we're good.
Oh, I teleported in.
No.
Oh no.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
man.
that's one of
Yeah,
those
so,
things where the
yeah.
trigger you gotta hit is like pretty
Okay, we can get
precise. Oh, this is a good checkpoint.
Good checkpoint.
It's pretty good.
Highway skip is really hard. It's a lot of precise trigger manipulation, and there are certain areas where you can't even see because all the trigger volumes are invisible. That you can just get ported in by a pixel, and you wouldn't even. You wouldn't be able to even
we're
know.
good again. We're good.
Yeah,
Shot a lot.
Nice.
that port is like the last.
I'm getting the attention.
Yeah, that port
That's
is
like
the
the end, pretty much. Like at this point, we're mostly done as long as Raw doesn't get shot here.
I'm alive. I'm good. I'm
yeah,
good.
He's good. Okay.
We need to get
Alright, so yeah, what Bloop was doing there was distracting the Banshees, making sure they don't shoot at Raw, and as you can see, it worked pretty well.
I died.
Oh,
Oh,
good die.
no.
Did
Oh
you?
no.
Tragic.
It's
Mission.
that is
Yeah,
unfortunate.
this mission is not easy. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah.
Far from it
like-
actually.
Yeah. Like we definitely have done attempts of this level, deathless, like IL pace and stuff like that, but yeah, just
Ow.
it's a lot of luck required, especially like it being an escort mission, as I said. Like, there's elements even out of our control if our AI teammate dies and stuff like that. So
Yep.
Yeah, and I just have to hope not to get shot here. Like, I'm just trying to get.
I'm good.
Okay.
Alright, there we go. Hopefully.
Where's this
should-
Banshee shooting me? Okay, I'm alive.
It's weird. We should be all good now as long as Bloop doesn't die.
I'm playing dodge the
That's
shot.
pretty much all the
scared.
main scary parts of the highway all done, but yeah, you guys could probably see this mission is brutal. Just
Yeah, this
especially
is-
those main sections. Pretty much everyone says like this
Stop it.
mission is just like this mission alone is what makes ODST so difficult, really. And
Yeah, and like
please
this
support me.
mission's
Oh, thank gosh.
way harder than like
So scary.
on easy or ledge. Like I mean, don't get me wrong, this trick is hard as well on easy and ledge, but
Alright, Buck, I
it's
need
even
my
harder
gun.
on lasso, just because even banshee bullets, like not just explosions, but just the bullets of a banshee shooting your hog has the cowbell effect, So if they shoot you and push you off the map, like you can die that way as well. Okay, did a little front wheelie thing there, but we'll carry on. Yeah, there's just a lot that can go wrong on this level, but we're pretty much home clear at this point. There's a couple of more triggers I need to hit, but there's nothing really shooting at me, so.
Also, something else to mention is also just a chance that they can just die to literally nothing.
This is true. She can die to the car explosion.
She can literally die to Finian. It's great.
Very weak. It's just
It was an old glitch, I
Oh,
believe, like back in the day, where whenever they stop and everything, Virgil with like the boom skull, Virgil can just die. Which
Yep.
I didn't really play back then, so I wouldn't know anything. But that was like a thing back in the day.
This is another risky door. This last door is also the last crux door, so hopefully she makes it here. That's not a good sign.
Which doesn't die here.
Please forward, please
Yeah, as
forward.
long as she doesn't die.
How is
She forward, okay.
Nice, let's go.
That's
There we
the
go.
last trigger.
Gee.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we're
done.
But
Done with the
we have
highway
the end fight to do
section.
still, but when it comes to doing highway skip and everything, we're all done.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
like
highway
that's
skip
like
is
the
the end fight
hard,
to do.
scary stuff. The end fight, you know, we all know what we're doing, so we should just be able to nail it. But yeah, there's just so much RNG and stuff that can happen in. Ooh, okay, I still got it over.
Nice.
Yeah, there's just a lot of RNG that can happen during that driving section.
Those clears, that's very satisfying and fun to do whenever like you got all players, you know, they know what they're doing and they're doing things as fast as possible and everything. It's definitely one of the more satisfying players like Oni.
Yep, and here we have, I think, 4 waves of different enemies and things that are going to get dropped off here. And then we'll be finished with the game. So this is the start of end fight. As soon as this dialogue happens, it's going to start here. And Raw's going to do a bit of a IL strat here because the hog is in here. So he's going to push Dare up to the platform here so we can get it going.
Also, I'd also like to just shout out Raw and just, you know, like PHL and all those people basically who helped with Lasso and stuff like that, because no one ever imagined that we would be able to, you know, do Lasso just this fast. It's definitely just insane that Lasso could be pushed to this level, especially Coastal. Because,
Yeah, definitely.
like,
Shout
the
out
end
to
fight,
anybody
you-
that's helped me.
Ideally,
the
you
way.
like would want like a tank, because there's hunters and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And those
you
end
wouldn't
fight
know
kills
it from
would be
watching
brutal.
this, but there's supposed to be a tank in here, and I was supposed to be using a tank on the highway. So yeah, there's just a lot of strats that have been developed. Lasso's always been kind of like a niche, like seen as like a challenge run type of thing rather than like a speed run. And yeah, just over the last like 2 years, you know, I've really helped sort of develop the strats for this, along with, you know, a few other people along the way. So shout out to all my teammates here. Some of my other teammates I played with, like Toy, Reflections, and just, you know, anybody else that the PHL, anybody else that's helped me along with the run. So
Yep.
It's really impressive what Raw's been doing for ODST, especially on Lasso. He's like the only person that's been running this for God knows how long.
Ages.
He's like the
Yeah.
main person that was running it, rallying it. He pretty much built everything from the ground up, mostly with help from other people, but for the most part, he's just been doing this for a long time. It's very impressive what he's been able to do.
A one-man army.
Also, if all these jackals don't touch the ground, we can soft lock, so, you know, little things throw in there.
Yep, gotta wait for all the jackals to touch their feet on the
that
ground.
was a fast
And
clear.
yeah.
A little
Nice.
funny self luck,
There you
yeah.
go.
Yep, rockets time.
Oh yeah, gotta go grab my rockets.
The hunters are coming in, so
First time doing this
this is the
clearance.
main reason we kind of wanted to have a tank, is because they tank a lot.
Just
they take
shoot
a
a
lot of
direct,
damage,
try and
but
direct hit.
With all
Yeah, okay.
3 of them having rockets, they can die a bit faster. I think it takes 6 rockets each.
Oh, I just got.
So, you
Oh
know,
my god.
if everyone
I
has
got
their
splat-
shots
I got
and all that,
splattered.
then
Oh, you got
Oh,
some ladder?
I
Yeah,
got
I got
splattered by their
splattered.
gun.
That's
Sucks.
insane. Yeah,
Sucks.
We're back on the
That's
first wave.
that's fine.
I
That's
think.
fine.
that's fine.
A little bit of a...
It's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Even though we're done,
this-
even
oh,
though
never
the
mind, okay.
highway is done, the end fight still can definitely go wrong.
Yeah, end fight is another chaotic section, especially with the hunters, with all 3 players shooting rockets and the hunters themselves also shooting explosive type projectiles. Things can go flying at times.
Luke likes to find ways to die in the end fight. Whenever they do, like,
That wasn't
something.
me.
It wasn't me
What?
this time. It was John. So.
I mean, I know it.
whoa.
Yeah, everyone
Add
pointed
one
left
to
at
the
Blue.
John tally.
No. Everyone pointed left at Blue.
John
I gotta win with this one. I gotta win with this one.
Nah.
Called out.
Yeah, I'm joking. Yeah, Lasso will turn your teammates on each other. Like, be careful.
Yeah.
we don't like each other. We're all gonna block each other after this run.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
That's
you all
absolutely
sound like you hate each other so much
That's-
after
I don't know who
this
this
run
guy
for an hour and a half.
is. Like
I
this
don't know
wall
who
guy.
he is.
I don't know who this guy is. I've never met him before. Day in my life.
Who?
I don't know why. I don't even know why I'm here.
Just take them off the street and everything.
Yep, exactly. Pretty much.
Okay, let's do this.
So here we just gotta go through the jackals again, and then we're back to where we were. There is limited checkpoints in this end fight, especially because how checkpoints work in this game is you have to be considered safe. So that's no jumping, no taking damage, no getting shot at. All that has to be met in order to get a checkpoint. And if one of us is jumping or meleeing or considered in combat, it won't work. So we gotta be careful at times. So rocket time here.
Oh, I forgot to grab my rockets. Okay, you guys got that. I'm gonna go grab them.
Yeah, we
There
got
we
it.
are. Whoa, warthog flying, as you can see.
Yeah, that's what happened to me last time.
I have my rockets. Oh, I am low.
Play safe.
Win. One more hunter left. Oh, the first
I
hunter
missed.
is dead.
Hiding behind the truck.
I'm out of rockets, it's all you boys.
Should be.
Just a matter
You
of
should
finishing
be
off.
like one shot basically.
Ah!
Oh no.
Oh no! I rocketed myself. Now you can yell at me.
Okay, we did get a checkpoint.
I
We got
was
a
gonna
checkpoint though. We got a checkpoint.
I rocketed myself on the truck. Oh no, that's
See,
tragic.
Yeah,
even with these, even with the stress that we have, the hunters can still be, not the
This
greatest
level-
to kill.
Level is very unforgiving at all points of it.
Yeah, it's
There's no
quite
consequence.
frustrating at times, but we'll get through it. That was just a misplay on my part. I shouldn't have died there.
No,
Typically,
I
you
mean,
don't
the
rocket
run has been
yourself.
going so well.
Yeah, the
this
run
point,
the
yeah,
run's
something
been
bad's
great
happened.
up until like Data Hive and Coastal. But to be fair, Data Hive and Coastal are the hardest parts of the game. So
Watch middle.
It's been a ton of fun to watch regardless, so.
Watch out! Whoever's in middle.
The
Oh
jackals
my
are
goodness.
good.
I'm good.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Jackal,
be careful of
two
the
jackals left
nades.
It's okay,
It's only
Blue,
one jackal
Hunter's back in.
alive.
Yeah, hunters are back.
Gun.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go get a med kit.
Hopefully, this goes better than last time.
It won't.
It won't.
Ow.
Nice confidence.
It
I love
won't.
Your confidence is unshakable.
it.
Real.
Yeah, one's dead.
Hunter down. It's a matter of.
Yeah, this is going
Alright.
much easier. Like the hunters were kind of in
Well-
optimal positions so that we could just shoot
Why is he
them
getting
very
launched towards
easily.
me. I don't have that.
I think he died. I think
Don't
he's
jump or
dead.
melee. Yeah,
Yeah,
don't
we're
jump or
good.
melee.
Hey,
Don't jump or melee. We need this checkpoint. I'm not doing hunter clear again.
I don't have a weapon. Come here.
Try not to give
so
her the
final
rockets. Like switch out the rockets for someone else if you need to.
Final wave
Yeah.
is you beat 2 waves of jetpack routes on both sides of the Phantom, and we just have to kill them. Also, Chieftain.
Yeah.
Which Bloop is
I
gonna
mean,
be
these guys are
distracting
supposed to
someone.
have jetpacks, but
Yes.
the thunderstorm skull for some reason breaks them, which
Uh-oh.
none of them jetpack.
Yeah.
The thunderstorm skull is supposed to upgrade the ranks of enemies, and then for some reason in this
Ooh, I'm
game,
running away. I didn't get the
one is-
chieftain. Watch out! Oh, I got raged. Dang it!
Okay.
I tried. One of them was aggroed on
Fine,
me.
we probably got a checkpoint.
Yeah,
we're
we got a
good.
checkpoint.
This I have to do a trick where I stand on a railing and I can't move. Otherwise, I don't have the AI manipulation because the chieftain, since he's melee and chieftains in this game can't throw nades, he just stands there looking at me really awkwardly. So that's what I was trying to do there, but I kind of
Can
messed
throw
up.
nades? I'm actually not sure why that works there, but you do throw nades, so I remember that from Raw's like tutorial 11. They can throw nades at you in the tank.
You're good now, Blue. You can stop the run for content.
Yeah, true. True.
You
All right,
have the
I got
stats, we're
him.
good.
Yeah. I had to get the most deaths. My fault.
Pattern
So as you can
out.
see here, I just sit here and he does nothing. He can't do anything. He just looks at me and he's like, "I want to get you," but he can't get me. So
Yeah,
I gotta
that's
not
just
die to this guy.
there is a lot of brutes in this section. But yeah, Boop's been holding this chieftain. Now he's gonna let him go so that we can manipulate him to give me the good swing and easily take him out without him
Also
like
considered the
berserking
chieftain's
and causing
not really
problems.
that scary, but I mean it's just one less thing to worry about, you know.
If the chieftain
Careful.
like berserks, he can start doing like random patterns and stuff like that. In which case he's kind of scary, but the way we handle
I
him,
think
he's
that's
like
it.
not scary.
Oh, there's
No,
one
there's
there
one
left.
more,
Oh.
and I don't have a plasma pistol.
Oh, don't die. I don't either.
DPR, I got this. DPR for the win, yes!
DPR for the
DPR.
win. And then
Let's go.
That's it.
I got
Is that
nated by
it?
our allies.
No,
I got nated by our
Oh
allies.
my goodness.
That's the catch skull at work. So yeah, our allies are more deadly than the enemies sometimes, unfortunately.
Oh my goodness.
Literally killed all the enemies and our allies kill us, so
There's
That's
yep.
why we killed a
That's
bunch of Marines throughout this game and just in Halo in general, because your Marines are almost as dangerous, if not more dangerous, than the actual enemies.
don't worry, I'm showing off all the ways you can die. Self-inflicted, AI-inflicted, I got you
Showing-
guys. Everything's
Knowing what
here.
not to do.
Bloop's setting a high score right now for the tally. Let's go.
For real. I'm hurt.
Making wrongs, deaths.
I mean, usually it's me though, so
As you can see, I got him here again, and we just need to kill all these guys, and it's over. I just need to not be silly.
And to not die either, because, you know, try not to die.
Where did I get killed from? Again,
I saw
Okay.
brute shots going to you.
yeah, I got killed. Dang it! See, this is like the worst part of it all. See, you can't do much, and you just kind of you just kind of get railed all from all
Usually
directions.
the end
Not fun.
fight. This is definitely the worst end fight that we've had, like really doing this mission. But I mean,
We're still on
happens,
pace
like,
though. So long as we don't
Yeah,
mess it up
we're-
a third time, we're still fine.
Yeah, like it's just unforgiving, this difficulty. Like it's literally the hardest it's like basically Ultra Nightmare on Doom, or like all these other games that have like insane difficulties. Like so
Mine
just us
construction.
completing this alone is like something that nobody thought was possible like a year or two ago.
Well, Ultra Nightmare and
Yeah,
Doom is
like,
permadeath. Imagine doing this permadeath mode.
Yeah,
have done it.
well, I mean, this is co-op. Solo is basically permadeath, which I've done. So I mean,
yeah, true.
yeah.
There's also people that do
I'm scared.
these
I'm staying
games kinda
whale
like
heading.
without dying,
I'm scared.
all, like, deathless stuff like that. So it's kind of like Doom Ultra Nightmare. Not quite the same, but I mean, just don't die.
I'm trying to come for him. If there's one guy
You're
in the
good.
middle still.
Be careful. There's a trip mine. Good luck.
Okay.
He's on me.
Thanks
I
for
don't
luck.
have, I don't have a precision.
Yeah, I got the
precision.
hammer.
Nice. We got one guy left.
Yeah, I'm literally I'm out of ammo on both weapons.
Get himself. Thank you.
Everything's
Okay.
dead. Okay. I will
Okay,
not die here
wait,
anymore.
There's one red somewhere,
He's up
either
top.
up
Oh,
top or down
No,
low.
he's down low. He's berserk down low. I don't have. He's stuck on Virgil. He's working on me. I don't know what he's doing.
Well,
What the-
don't die unnecessarily. I don't know what's going on in there.
Did you get him?
Yeah,
Okay,
thank
that's
you.
everything. There we
That's
go.
everything.
All right,
Get it.
let's go.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
So the friendly
So now we
phantom's
just gotta
coming
wait
in.
for Ally Phantom to come in, and that is the end of the game. So I wanted to just say I'd like to shout out HaloRuns, HaloRuns.com for any kind of Halo speedrun. That's where speedruns and stuff like that are found. I'd also like to shout out Halo Challenge Runs, HCR. It's like a small community. I started up by White Bay and Too Easy, mainly, and that's where you find stuff like Deathless and just challenge runs in general. You can find that in speedrun.com as well. So
Yeah, and like I said
Yeah.
earlier, shout out to anybody that's helped me grind this. The boys in here, any of my other co-op teammates. Yeah, and shout out to
Matt,
any
is
friends
that-
along the way.
Yeah. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
GG's, boys. That was a great run.
that's it,
Oh,
by
yeah.
the way. Yeah.
We had coastal shenanigans, but it worked out.
A little bit of closer shenanigans.
Oh,
I just had
that's
I
time.
just had to
That's
show it
time,
off.
by the way.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
I forgot to do the GDQ
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's time.
Yeah.
No worries,
Yeah.
no worries. But yeah, thank you all for showing off this run. It was a ton of fun to watch, and definitely something new that I don't think we've shown off on Crosshair yet is a 4-player co-op run. So this was super fun. So thank you all for showing it.
Oh yeah, it's my pleasure. I
So,
also
yeah,
don't think that
definitely.
Lasso has ever been shown off in like a deathless or not deathless, sorry, like a marathon, no reset sort of setting. So this is a first. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm happy to show it off.
Yeah, thank you all
Also like to
for
thank,
showing
you
it
know,
off.
just
Oh, yeah,
just
go ahead.
want to thank like Raw and Blue, John, Reflection,
Yeah.
Toy, all those people. They're
We're
also
all
like kind
hanging
of
out.
in on this whole thing, and all kind of just we all like this game, just Halo in general, and Lasso is cool.
Yeah, once again,
Definitely,
HaloRuns.com.
Yep. You can watch some of our
HaloRuns.com.
more
That's
optimized
it for
runs on
me, at
that.
least.
So, yep.
Yeah, true.
We
Yeah,
have some
definitely.
runs you
The
guys
Halo
can look
challenge
at if you
runs,
guys
like I
want to check
said,
it out. No pressure though.
Halo stuff on speedrun.com as well for like deathless and stuff like that. Yeah, that's
Excellent.
it for me.
Yeah, thank you all again so much for showing it off. Chad, I hope you enjoyed watching the run. Be sure to follow all of our runners as well. And additionally, thank you all for supporting the GDQ Hotfix with your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits. Your contributions help keep our shows running. If you're enjoying the stream, consider subscribing for exclusive emotes, ad-free viewing, and access to chat during replays. You can also support the stream by sharing Games Done Quick with your friends. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be seeing Nervy Destroyer running Halo Combat Evolved, classic, legendary classic. So we'll be back in just a little bit.
Best of luck, Nervy.
Yeah, good luck, Nervy.
Good luck, Nervy.
Welcome back to Crosshair here on the GDQ Hotfix. We are going to be rounding out our first edition of Halo here on Crosshair with an awesome run of Halo Combat Evolved with Nervy Destroyer. And chat, I am going to call on you near the end of the run today to join me in chanting Nervy, 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 Nervy. We're going to relive it just like we did at AGDQ. We got to make it happen. Nervy, take it away.
All right, thank you. Look, I'm all here for the memes. All right, hello, I'm Nervy Destroyer, and today I'm going to be running a special category of Halo Combat Evolved called Classic. Now, before I jump into the run, I first want to describe what this category is, what makes it a little bit more different from your anniversary run. It all comes down to a very simple rule. You cannot switch to anniversary graphics. This is the 2011 anniversary graphics that came out with the anniversary version of this. I'm currently running the Master Chief Collection, which comes with the anniversary edition. Basically, you can't switch to new graphics, which is a little weird to think about. Like, why would this affect the speedrun at all? It just looks prettier, depending on who you ask. Well, very simple, kind of, I guess maybe not simple. It's all based on how the game's internal renderer works. So I'll describe this really quick by getting out of bounds. So I'm out of bounds. You'll probably notice it's a little weird. I can't see anything. And if I try to go this way, you just can't see anything. Now, if I switch to new graphics, oh, suddenly I can see everything.
Oh, my goodness.
And this really changes everything. I mean, we can do so much stuff out of bounds. Now I can jump around. I can see where I'm going. If you've ever witnessed a blindfolded speedrun or talked to a blindfolded speedrunner, when you can't see, it's a little bit hard. So this really unlocked the whole speedrun. But it also changed a lot of things. It removed a lot of combat. The more out of bounds you do, the more tricks you do, the less combat you have. And this game has one of the best combat sequences in the game, in the whole franchise, I mean. And people really were drawn to this run for the combat. So we created this category called Classic, where you really can't do that anymore. And it harkens back to the earliest days of speedrunning this game, which I'm excited to tell you about. So without further ado, let's jump in.
Heck yeah, let's do it.
Have a good understanding of that. So I am running a mod called Halo CE Classic, which basically just removes all of the any chance of me fat fingering that tab key, and does a couple other things. It just makes it more in tune with the original. So the run is going to start once the fade to white, once the black bars start to recede. So it'll be coming up soon and now.
Good luck.
So first things first, we have to get to Captain Keys. The Covenant is attacking our ship, And, well, we want to escape. We basically just woke up, so we're still a little groggy. There's explosions happening. And with this, I want to tell you a little bit about Going Nowhere Fast, which is sort of the origin of this speed run. In 2004, Bungie put out a call, a competition. Send in, and people literally sent in VHS tapes of you speed running each IL, and the fastest person for each IL, like each IL, will get a prize. And what's really interesting about that is it featured a lot of cool strats we still do, like walking into the bridge and walking out starts the cutscene early, which you can then skip. Which is really cool to think about that strat. We knew about a lot of this stuff in 2004. A lot of strats will surprise you that we knew all the way back then. But yeah, that really kick-started really Halo runs as a whole. Like just, you know, once you catch the speedrun bug, you really can't stop. And especially, we saw another resurgence with a similar, I won't say competition, but the sub 3 hour achievements on MCC. Oh my god, we saw so many new runners coming in from that. Because, you know, again, you try it and you're like, well, I beat it in under 3 hours, but can I beat it in under 2? And that's a little bit about actually the origin of how this happened as well. The whole speedrun community really started. The sum of ILs for the Going Nowhere Fast competition, do this to get a checkpoint, was 2 hours and 15 minutes. And immediately people were like, oh, let's get that under 2 hours, right? And then it just kept going from there. And here we are today. So you're probably hearing a lady in my head. That is Cortana. Basically, we were given her by Captain Keyes, very iconic character in the franchise. The goal is simple. Do not let the Covenant take Cortana. She knows where Earth is, and if the Covenant know where Earth is, well, that wouldn't be very good for humanity. So we're trying to escape down to a mysterious Halo ring we just stumbled on. We don't know it's called Halo yet, but we will. So my goal here is just to run through, preferably without dying. So I'm kind of moving through, adapting where I can. Run up here, grab a pistol. This is where nades are going to become really important. Even though I'm on Legendary, grenades, as you can see, are really your best friend, especially plasma grenades. Plasma grenades will completely demolish a fully shielded elite. Whoops, I messed that up, so I'm going to run around here. Hopefully I don't get too punished for that. I am getting very punished. I might die here. So I'm going to play this a little bit carefully, just because a bit of a pickle here. Ooh, he wants to hide. There we go. So that'll cause the, you can see how the AI likes to react to different things happening. It was actually really ahead of its time. Just enemies reacting to you killing like high-level enemies like elites and whatnot. For, I mean, 2001, that was pretty revolutionary. So now we're coming up to our first skip of the run, which is called Maintenance Skip. It's a skip in the academic sense. We're really just going to skip some dialogue. So I killed those grunts, going to jump. If you've ever played like Skyrim or Oblivion, that's going to look very familiar. It's basically a quick save, quick load, but with a checkpoint to skip some dialogue, make that door open a little faster. So we're making our way through a little stealth portion, stealth in quotations. Really, we're just going to go out this door and just start blasting, as we always do. Want to kill that guy because he was enraged. Enraged elites will charge you no matter what, but elites that aren't enraged are kind of tethered to certain areas. So it'll keep them back there, allow me to move through without too much trouble. Making our way through towards the end of this level, where the last remaining life pod is. Please move. Thank you. Throw a little plasma to hopefully make them not go back there and want to kill me. A lot of damage. Hopefully this will be okay. Again, you can see how powerful nades are, and that is the Pillar of Autumn. So we took the lifeboat, crash landed on Halo. You always got to have a cool crash landing with explosions in games like this. And we're gonna get up that hill in little unconventional way. Usually you're supposed to cross that bridge, but we're not going to do that because that causes a bunch of enemies to spawn up there, which on Legendary with an AR and a pistol is not a good thing. So we're going to jump on up here and do a little nade jump. And that skips the trigger that would spawn them. So we get a nice brisk walk with a bunch of strings. Unfortunately, about this skip, these strings are going to play for like the next 2 minutes, but you get used to it. It's kind of mind-numbing. I am going to take this little walk as an opportunity to explain backpack reloading. I always forget to explain it, so I like to highlight this little area. This is like a little marker for me. But how backpack reloading works is I'm going to shoot a little bit. I'm going to double tap reload and switch weapons. I'm going to wait a second, and then I'm going to take it back out. And you'll notice it's fully loaded. I'm going to do this a lot. I'm going to shoot. I'm going to backpack reload in my pocket, shoot this other gun, backpack, and back and forth, back and forth. And the idea behind that is keep up the pressure as much as you can. On the next level of Truth and Reconciliation, that comes in really handy. So now we're coming up to the first area. This is a big reset point of the run. So all we have to do is kill all the enemies to start here. Also on the hunt for nades. Nades will be very useful for another upcoming skip. An actual skip this time, I promise. Marine shot, that's good. Alright, now I'm going to kill my allies. I promise it saves time. Well, this will be a little awkward. Hopefully I can get enough here. Throw a nade at him. Shoot, kill him as well. Hopefully don't get aggro, and hopefully that's enough. It is. So if you bring all the Marines down to just one Marine left alive, they don't talk. If you leave 2 or more alive, they will talk. And talking is slow because the dropship will sit there and wait. This isn't a good sign. We'll sit there and wait until they're done talking. So not only does that just waste like 5 seconds per, it also locks us out of a skip, losing another 15 seconds. So this dropship is the first one that's going to be super important. This one and the next one. I have to kill all the enemies as quickly as possible, and I mean very quick. Like, the second their feet touch the ground, they need to be dead, so I'm going to do some pre-nading here. Hopefully things work out okay. Okay, so far so good, beyond the fact that both elites survived. It's going to make this a little bit tough. I actually might die here. Nice. Okay, good. Jump a little bit to delay a checkpoint. This is going to be a little awkward now. Should get it hopefully about now. This next dropship is, again, another important one. So I'm going to set up some pre-nades here. Retreat! Like so. So that's good. So, if I failed the skip, you would see a dropship coming in right up here, but because we killed those 2 dropships, he would come all the way over here and drop off more enemies. But because we killed all the enemies on those 2 dropships fast enough, it skips it. What happens is it spawns in, then immediately gets deleted due to some overlapping scripts.
Nice.
So, that's good. Now, all we have to do is take out this last dropship, and we'll be home free. Maybe I gotta teleport, good. Teleporting elite there is good. And that is the first area, one of the scarier parts of the run, but we're through it okay. And fun, I guess, probably a not unexpected way that got found. They were actually doing the, ooh, a nade. They were actually doing a segmented run back in 2011, and Subwhistle was just trying to kill everything really fast. And he discovered, hey, if you actually kill them really fast, we skip a dropship, and that's how it was discovered, and did a bunch of lineups and whatnot to make it a little more consistent. Unfortunately, all the enemies, the order in which they get out of the dropships is completely random, so it makes it a lot more difficult than it otherwise would be. And if you ever seen like the Lasso Deathless runners, they actually don't even do any of that. They just start walking. We could just walk to the 3 areas. You actually don't have to do that section at all, but it is much, much faster to get a Warhog because, as you can see, this map is huge. Also, yes, incoming natural formation. Looks very natural.
show them who they're dealing with.
Coming up, we have a bit of a fall. I'm gonna do it in a little bit of a controlled way. Oops. Well, as you can see, very controlled, very smooth.
Yeah, it worked
Marine
out.
back in.
Eventually.
Very controlled, very smooth, professional speedrunner.
Very controlled in that it was uncontrolled.
Yeah, totally. All right, so now coming up, we have little hog fling, our first fling of the run. Gonna smush ourselves against the wall, take advantage of some momentary splatter immunity, I'll call it. Let's get up here quick. Gonna shoot to make sure I don't get a checkpoint. On down here, once again killing our allies. You don't actually need to kill him. He just causes more problems if he's alive. So
problem solving, basically.
So you could say I'm a problem
I'm
solver.
murdering our allies.
All right. So we're going to get some exposition from Cortana here. I'll summarize it. The Pellar Bottom crash landed along with us, and we're a bit worried about the old Captain Keys. Was he captured? Was he not? He's actually fighting for his life right now on the ground, same as we are. We're trying to go through and just rescue a bunch of Marines. Cortana's going to try to figure out where Captain Keys is so we can regroup, and in the meantime, we're going to go to these 3 areas to rescue Marines. That's our objective. Go to each area and rescue the Marines. What you might not know is you can fail that objective. So to pass that objective, what you would do is you would go, you'd make contact with the Marines, you kill all the enemies in the area, Foheimer will come pick them up. However, if the Marines were to somehow meet some unfortunate end, the game will mark it as mission failed. In particular, we only need to complete the objective at these 3 areas. So we're going to complete the objective. Doesn't matter if we pass or fail, so you can probably see where this is going. I'm going to go make contact with our Marine friends here.
Search the interior of the structure before we leave.
And oh man, I can't believe it. Mission failed, Cortana. I couldn't rescue them.
Oh,
anyway,
no.
That's it. So I specifically do that with grenades because grenades are considered accidental. Like, you know, oops, whoops, didn't mean to do that. So they get less mad if you do that. Fun fact, if you accidentally kill them while they're in combat, they just like, you're good, man. Like literally, they don't care. So nades are pretty key in that sense. Now, there is a caveat to this. I'm doing this in a specific order because whatever area you save for last, you have to actually kill all the enemies. So we're specifically saving River for last. This one coming up is Rubble. We specifically save River for last just because it's the fastest to clear out all the enemies. We actually don't kill our allies at River. Again, I need them to get into combat because they get less angry at you if they're in combat when you kill them. You know, that's just... it's just video game logic. So there we go. And I'm gonna let the Covenant run in and kill the rest for me. And that's Rubble.
This is such a meme, dude.
That's, you know, it's this is the first time explaining this that I realized how ridiculous this is.
I mean, with somebody who doesn't know Halo runs nearly as well as you do, when I'm hearing all of this for the first time, and the idea of, oh yeah, you just murder your allies and let your enemies kill the rest of them, just flies in the face of everything I know about video games.
So yeah, our allies are actually helpful here because they're gonna get in a turret. We have to clear out the whole area anyway, so we may as well pass the objective. So, well, at least he's sometimes helpful. All right, so I hear the dropship coming in, which means we're good. Definitely want to focus these elites because they'll cause the most problems. Like so. And then when you kill a certain amount, spawns in this last wave here, which will go ahead and take them out. Nice. And that's the last of them. So that's Halo, probably exactly how you remember it, with absolutely no differences. Anyway, coming up is easily one of the best levels in the run, Truth and Reconciliation. Just very combat intensive. You get a sniper. You've probably seen the damage I was doing with this. We're going to get a sniper that is just chock full of ammo, overloaded in fact. Usually you're only supposed to get 24 bullets. They just start you off with 64.
There's our ride.
So we're going to do lots of damage here.
The enemy has captured Captain Keyes and are holding him aboard
Now,
one of their cruisers.
in the interest of saving time, I'm going to do some more unusual things.
Above the other end of this plateau.
You probably know where I'm going with this, considering I'm sitting next to an entire squad of Marines.
You're gonna kill them, aren't you?
I promise it saves time. 40 seconds, in fact.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes.
Inside the ship. I should be able to lock onto the track.
So yeah, we're just gonna kill them in a way that makes them, you know, it's accidental because the nade killed them. That's
Stick to the
just
higher
how it
ground.
works.
You have
So
to do
we
that
don't-
with air quotes, Nervy. It doesn't count otherwise.
Accidental, you know.
And using your sniper rifle.
But yeah, anyway, with the memes aside, this is now where the level is gonna get real crazy. This level on Legendary is definitely, it makes a lot of people want to run the game, seeing it, because it's just Halo at its finest. Just sniper rifle cruising through, shooting everything. Everything I'm doing is very specific. I'm gonna make this look a lot easier than it actually is. But if you do things in the wrong order, kill enemies in the wrong order, kill the wrong enemies, you will die. It's all very, very precise to keep yourself alive. So I'm gonna go through here. I'm gonna shoot a little bit to alert the grunts, and then fail to do some platforming. That's okay. Kind of makes them run around and scatter and get afraid, which just makes them easier to kill. So I'm just gonna rush on through, like so. A little pre-nade to hopefully kill the elites. They can be very irritating. They are deciding to be mean, but he enraged, so we're good there. But they did pre-aggro these guys, which makes this a little awkward, but it should be fine. So I need to kill a specific amount. Being very careful not to kill too many or bad things will happen. I am dead. That sucks. And I'm back at
Oh,
the
no.
start. Well, that's what happens sometimes. That's alright.
Stick to the higher
So that hasn't happened to me in quite a while, unfortunate, but that is okay. Was not paying attention to that grunt shooting the needler. But that really showcases just like how brutal this level can be sometimes. And then the checkpoints are also a little brutal. Be a little bit more careful trying to get them. Hopefully he will. Hopefully I can get one here. Yeah, I'll be a little bit more careful of that. That's okay. So the key part of this area is really the grunts. The grunts always cause the most problems. Many newer runners, they really focus on that turret, and focusing on that turret causes a lot of problems because it's really the grunts you want to focus on. So we should get a checkpoint here. Yeah, all right. It's playing a little bit too aggressively and got punished. That's how it goes sometimes. Again, focusing on grunts here. Gonna pre-nade the elites, like so. Alright, so now this should go a lot smoother, and now that they're not all pre-aggroed, that pre-aggro really causes problems. Just lets things scatter and get around you, and ahead of you, and behind you, and... Fortunately now, that looks good, so I'm gonna see that spawn in. Should be a grunt back here. There we go. So we want to spawn in this dropship in advance because it lets us set up over here for what is probably the coolest part of this level. I'll kind of let it speak for itself. Lots of nades. 8 waves of the lift, to be specific. Uh-oh. Hopefully he doesn't cause a problem. He's kind of causing a problem. That's all right. Hopefully the Marines can handle him. Oops. Whoops. Okay, so a Marine died, which will give me an opportunity to explain why I killed the Marines at the start, because we are going to lose 40 seconds.
Oh, no.
Keep it up. That's what I'm talking about.
Fortunately, they were positioned a little awkwardly. They do that sometimes. So I'm going to kill these hunters here. So I'm going to try to. Just really confused. There we go. So, the reason why I want to kill those Marines at the start is because they will do this if you don't. They'll run over there and you'll get reinforcements. So I have to wait for Fohammer to come in and drop off a bunch of reinforcements. That's all right, though.
Well, that just sounds like a good time for me to jump in with an announcement.
Absolutely. Please do.
Awesome. Yeah, folks, if you're looking to get more involved with the GDQ community, you can join the official Games Done Quick Discord and add the hotfix role to stay in the loop on upcoming events, chat with staff, and more. Use !Discord in Twitch chat for an invite and for more info. And if you want to catch up on past GDQ Hotfix shows, special events, and our marathons, head on over to youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay up to date with GDQ. And maybe come join us over on Twitch at twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick.
All right, so going to glitch myself inside this Wraith. Do some little finagling here to do an upwarp into the ceiling. Just try to. Let's do that again. There's a little beam I want to land on here. It can be a little awkward to land on, especially without the ability to switch to new graphics. It's all right. One more time. Oh, come on.
You got this.
There we go. There we are. I'm gonna shoot. There's a reason for that. I'll explain later. But first, so this is one of the rare moments of out of bounds in the classic category, because the last room that you were in will remain rendered. So you can move in a particular way using this as a reference point. So I'm doing some specific bits of movement here. I just kind of know where all the nooks are. Excuse me.
Nice.
Like so, wait a little bit, jump, just very specific movements. What that's going to do is it's going to skip the 10 waves over there, as well as that hangar right there that you see. We're just going to go right past it all.
Nice.
That is a trick called belly skip, because it, well, skips the belly fight, as it's called. Yeah, and huge shout outs to G-Pro for literally running against a wall constantly, trying to learn that platforming. And then it was Joshington, I believe, who labbed out that upwarp. So it was kind of a 2-person effort. All right, coming up is the first of 2 launches. This one is significantly, well, I wouldn't say significantly, it's a little less cool, but still very cool. I'm gonna throw some nades here, and I'm gonna stick myself. Let me do that again. Be able to stick myself there. Throw some nades here. Stick myself. Pick up that OS, and that OS was key. Turns out you have a temporary bit of invulnerability when you're picking up the overshield, which you can combine with nades to do a big old launch, because the physics in this game are kind of awesome.
That was cool.
Throwing a nade over there, again, the best way I can describe it is Marines get a little mad when you shoot dead bodies. It's just literally what's happening. Again, this is, I'm realizing how ridiculous this all is now explaining it. But I do need the Marines to get mad at me later, so I just want to set everything up so things are at a specific value. So I get aggro when I want to. So at this point, I'm running through. I do want to kill all these enemies. I do need to make my way back. I'll pick up one of these just to be less annoying there.
Now I'm just picturing a bunch of Marines going, Master Chief, stop defiling all the corpses.
What's weird is that it's all like clairvoyant. Like there's no Marines around, but they just know. They just look at you and just know. So fun fact, sniper is a stealth weapon, so these guys had no idea what just happened. Despite the fact it is literally one of the loudest weapons in the game.
Nice.
So these guys. A little awkward, but that'll do. Alright, so the whole point of this mission was to rescue Captain Keyes. Turns out he got captured. So we're going to rescue him and the Marines. So now my aggro is at a specific value. I promise I will have an explanation soon. So they're pretty mad. They're really mad, in fact. They're like real upset, and now they want to kill me. I didn't see Keyes come out of there, so just to round out how amazing this TNR has been, we might have to run all the way back to the prison, but we'll see. That would be icing on the cake for this. Alright, so we're going to run on through over to here now. There's going to be some elites that spawn, so I want them to run over to me. So I'm going to throw all those nades. So here's a Marine being mad. I think Keyes is all the way back at the prison, unfortunately. This is a thing that can happen. So we got to round out the super memey TNR with a run all the way back, of course. But so the whole reason I wanted to get aggro there, by the way, as it turns out that there's a big, long exposition, a lot of dialogue that happens. It's supposed to happen in the bridge. But as it happens, when they're mad at you, they don't really want to talk to you. Which is probably true of real life as well. So he's mad at me, the dialogue is skipped. The level's not supposed to end there, though, which is it's a little strange. A lot of people, when they first see this run, they're like, why does the level just end there? It was actually that quad stack we did, that big boost that brought us all the way up to the 3rd floor. That broke the level in a couple really subtle but important ways. And what happened is, after that brig dialogue concluded, the game got confused and thinks we did everything we need to do to end the level. Usually you're supposed to run back, there's this big fight, we hijack a spirit, but the game thinks we did all that, all because of that big launch. It's a lot of subtle things that will happen there. But anyway, now on to Silent Cartographer. So this is one of those more open world levels. There's like a few levels where everything's super daisy chained. You have to go through everything. No skips allowed, no fun allowed. This is a level where you can kind of do whatever you want. It's a more open world-esque level. You can just run in a direction and go and have fun. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna completely ignore that beach fight. You don't have to do it. We're gonna run over here. Turns out there's a warthog that we can grab. And one of my really favorite fun facts about this level is almost every strat that we do in it, save for the big, stick stack, the big launch, was done back in 2004. Goat Rope is the one who won the competition for Silent Cartographer, the founder of Halo Runs. Pretty much all the strats you're going to see me do, he did back in 2004, which is really crazy to me, because there's a lot of things I'm about to do that's like, really? So first things first, we're going to drive our hog in true Halo fashion. We are going to take it where it doesn't belong. Down here on this ramp, drive down, stop, get a checkpoint. We're going to fling ourselves through the open door. gonna kill this elite for his nades. Shoot to not get the checkpoint. Drop down in a controlled way to not die. I'll get a checkpoint here for some safety. And fall down here. So yeah, that was all done in 2004. Which is
Jeez.
literally
That's
just
21
like that.
years ago.
Yeah. And now, well, this was not done in 2004. This is Stick Stack. There is an OS down here. We got lots of nades to throw here. We're gonna get launched all the way back up in style. I'm not gonna do triple nade just because a bunch of enemies around, be a little bit safe here. Said I'm gonna run back up the normal way, but Jackals want to die. But yeah, shout outs to Burnt for developing that particular method. People have been playing with Stick Stack for a long time. Took us a while to get there though, with that big giant launch back up. So I killed the elite here so we can run on through. And once I come up here, the game expects these guys to all die and gets a little confused there. And that is Silent Cartographer. And just debate these stealth elites here to kill them in a way that's safe. And we'll be on our way to Assault on the Control Room. The whole point of this level was to find the location of Halo's control room. Now we know where it is, so we're gonna go there. And just gotta wait here for this. We got an unskippable cutscene coming up, and then gotta ride in this for a second. So if you got any more announcements.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, folks, if you want to see what else is coming up on Hotfix, you can check out this week's schedule and explore our full season lineup at gdq.gg/hotfix. We are, of course, at the end of the week, and we've got Juneteenth coming up tomorrow through the 22nd. But on Monday, we'll be back to our regular schedule, and you can check out that schedule at gdq.gg/hotfix.
All right, Assault on the Control Room. This is the big finale of the first half. After this, everything goes off the rails gameplay-wise. So this is like the last structured with the Covenant. And it goes crazy. Like the tank is here. We got vehicles all over the place, big, massive battles. For the speed run, we're not going to engage with any of that, unfortunately. So, like I said, some levels are super daisy-chained. You have to play the level how we said you have to play the level. This level is not one such level. It's okay. This level is basically right now we can end it. All we have to do is go to the very end of the level and press the button. We can do that right now and end it. So we don't have to engage with the level at all. So we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to get there in style. I know Banshee hijacking wasn't until Halo 2, but we can do it in this game too. Granted, it's a little more complicated. And just like that, we now have a Banshee. We're just going to fly to the end of the level now. So the reason that works is the AI behaves the same every single time whenever you enter that area. So by getting in a spot, crouching at the right time, we can manipulate him into the wall and then trick him to flip it. And when he flips, he just immediately ejects him and we can get in ourselves. So now you'll probably notice the level is very barren. We're supposed to run through the bridge and go down through all the corridors and whatnot. Because we skipped that, the level is completely broken now. So we're just gonna, literally with ease, fly all the way to the end of the level.
Nice.
There is one singular checkpoint I will get, and that's about here. So I'm going to start delaying it, because that is somewhat important to me. To make sure, just in case I mess up a trick coming up soon. Doing everything I can to delay it. It's one of the few checkpoints that never times out, so we can do this as long as we want. Once I stop shooting, I'll get it. So I will take this short little time to ask chat how y'all doing. I've been seeing lots and lots of love coming from it. I do appreciate it. Hope y'all are doing well. Make sure you're staying hydrated, drinking water, all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, the Halo fans have turned out for these runs, and I hope Chad, I hope you're having fun because I'm having a blast watching these. These are awesome.
So hope everyone's
Also,
having fun.
I like the fact that you said this run is like at this beginning of the sequence that this is where the run starts going off the rails gameplay wise, even though we definitely started going off the rail gameplay wise when we started murdering our allies.
Well, that's just normal as far as Halo speedruns go, at least. So I'm going to stop delaying it here, get that checkpoint right here, just in case I mess these up. So a long time ago, like 2016 or so, the runner Joshington was playing around with a skip we found to get out of bounds with the Banshee, and he accidentally fell inside of his Banshee. He started freaking out, like, oh geez, I'm like stuck inside. Started wiggling around a little, and when he did, he was much like this. And when he did, he teleported. So I just skipped the entire interior portion over there. Now, he didn't literally teleport like that, but he teleported and he showed everyone. He's like, oh my God, look at what just happened. And G-Pro and Burnt, which Burnt is probably one of the greatest strat finders in all of Halo runs, started playing around with that and found the methods that we're using here. It'll show up a little bit more clearer there. I want to get all the way over to the control room button. That's all we have to do to end the level. We just have to get there. So I'm going to melee in a couple specific spots, teleport right to it. And once that door opens, that is the end of Assault in the control room. Now, two betrayals, which we'll get to later. That level, we cannot skip anything. It is daisy chained together. That is the no fun allowed level. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. Don't worry. But full-on combat level because of that. We can't really do any skips, especially in classic mode. All right, 4-3 Guilty Spark. So we found the control room. Cortana, we inserted Cortana into it, and she started freaking out. Like, what is where Captain Keyes is going? Something horrible is going to happen. So Captain Keyes was apparently investigating some weapons cache here in this swamp. What he found, though, was not a weapons cache, however. Cortana didn't elaborate because that would ruin the plot, even though she probably should have. We're also completely alone. She's no longer in our head talking to us. We are literally completely alone in the swamp. And as we can see, weird things are happening. Get a plasma pistol for later. Spooky elevator coming up all of a sudden. Playing through this level casually is... It's just done so well, the whole build up to the flood, the scary zombie creatures that we're going to be fighting for the second half. Now, everyone loves that big reveal cutscene. It's one of the most iconic parts in all of Halo. We are doing a trick called reveal skip. As the name implies, we are going to skip it. Whoops.
No.
Should not talk while I do the skips. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm actually going to revert because I took a lot of damage there. Sometimes the jackals like to be a little mean. So I'm now in the floor,
nice.
Probably hard to see, but once I crouch, I'm now on a pillar, and I'm going to jump right through the wall. Medkit for safety. That door is supposed to be locked. Yeah, it probably looks a little funky when you first see it.
A little bit, yeah.
We're like literally inside the floor, which is just there's like a little hole in that geometry. So we're not supposed to come through here until after the reveal. Fortunately, this is, again, one of those levels where we can do skips and the level still works. But the level at this point does expect that you've seen the floods, so they're just here now. There they are. So these are the big, scary zombie creatures that Captain Keyes discovered. I'm sure he's fine. We haven't seen him, but I'm sure he's fine.
Of course.
So that trick back there where I did that fancy little jump, that's called Camo Jumo. It's called Camo Jumo because it was called Camo Jump, but then the runner, I believe it was Svo, accidentally misspelled jump as Jumo, and that's what that is. Yeah, you get the Get the Pog
Lo-
champs, Camo Jumo, and it just took off
Love a
from there.
skip named after a typo.
Yep, literally. This is a trick called Subnade. I promise this is safer than running across the bridge. The reason
Wow.
it's safer is there's a bunch of spawns that are supposed to happen here. Once you hit that button and cross it, you're going to get like a whole swarm of flood coming out, so it's much safer to just do a nade jump there on Legendary. A little bit slower, like 2 seconds, but very, very important. So now Fohammer's talking to us about she's seeing movement all over her radar. We're going to go through the swamp. I did shoot that Marine because, well, he wants to talk to me, and when you shoot him, it makes him just really want to talk to you, so he's going to follow me all throughout the swamp. Which is very useful because the Marines want to like run around and go everywhere except where we're supposed to go, so I'm just going to beeline right to where I'm supposed to go, and this Marine behind me is just going to act as a little meat shield. Some pre-nades here for some flood spawns. So, oops, kill these guys just for some safety. So we didn't know for the longest time what would make this level end faster. It would just like randomly end faster, and everyone's like, what's going on? Is it hacks? No, it's just kill the sentinels. It's one of the criteria to end the level here. The other one is kill all of the flood. But there's a lot of them and only 2 sentinels, so we just killed the sentinels. The library, everyone's favorite level, totally. Also going to be your favorite speedrun level, and by that I mean it's a casino. I'll explain what I mean in a second here. First, I want to bait this flood out here. I'm going to have him melee me, and then I'm going to shoot him. I want that flood to stay back. Probably gonna follow out. Hope he's staying back good. So this flood has a very special property. Normally, each flood that we encounter only has a 40% chance of being what we call a reviver. However, due to some shenanigans and how the level is loaded, this particular flood is guaranteed to be a reviver, really the only of its kind. Revivers have a very fun property. Probably seen this when you play this game casually. You'll shoot flood a little bit, they'll fall down, and then they'll get back up. So you probably saw I got a bit of a bump there. It was in a slightly wrong spot, but you can get the idea of what I'm going for here.
Yeah.
They lose all their collision, and then when they get back up, they regain it, which we can then go and exploit. This looks better. Like so, much better. So when he gets up, he's going to regain collision. It's going to bump me through the door. I'm just going to jump on through. Every other flood from here on out only has a 40% chance to be a reviver. So, like that one was a reviver right there. Don't kill him. I really want his shotgun. There we go.
You will be happy to know that chat is screaming, "Let's go gambling."
Yep, that sounds about right. Shout outs to all the people that grind this IL. You're insane. I think you need help, but you know, good on you. I tried, I couldn't do it. I was like, there's only so much gambling you can do. The big runner of this level is Sari, and Sari has done a lot to make certain skips a lot more viable. I can't do them because they're anniversary only, but this is Sari's level. I don't know how you do it, man. But pretty much every door from here on out is going to have some RNG element. See if I get spawns here. I am. You can sometimes avoid getting spawns there by not killing enough enemies, but you have to kind of balance that with not dying.
Oh, is it like a spawn cap thing?
Yeah, exactly. This game running on the original Xbox, you know, they had to be a little selective with how much they spawn in.
True.
So we're gonna ride this elevator, the first of 4. This level is very long. It's probably the longest level in this run. And it's just a lot of this, running through hallways. It's fun. It is particularly fun on Legendary because it's just a lot of running and gunning. And this is what I mean by like the second half gets off the rails gameplay wise, because like every single combat rule, like the way the AI works that the game taught to you up in this point, they just turn it on its head. Like rather than the Covenant like taking cover and, you know, running away, having like, you know, like reacting like people. We just have these mindless, like, hive mind creatures that just rush at you, single-minded, won't stop until they overwhelm you. So it's like a swarm mechanic. So it just really changes how the game works. It's like one of my favorite things that this game does is it you know, the reason everything feels so fresh all the time is because they throw this flood enemy in right at the halfway point to just change it all up. And I think it's, I think it really adds to the game. So I'm not going for a trick called carrier bump because it's got like, I worked out the numbers. It's like a 9% chance or like a 10% chance for it to ever work. So I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm just going to wait out the timer. The other doors, we're not going to wait out the timer. We're going to actually try to get some kind of flood bump to get through the door. But that's kind of the idea is these doors take forever to open. So you hope, you know, you roll the dice that you get the 40% and, or whatever the percentage is. And, you know, just pray that you get good RNG and you save however much time. So not only is it faster to go this way, it's also a lot safer. There's a bunch of enemies over there, including a rocket flood, if I recall correctly. So you can just jump over around this left side. Now here's a door we're technically supposed to wait at. But we have grenades and the ability to jump. So we're just going to skip that.
Nice.
My lack of nades is slightly problematic. Should be okay. Throw one there. Just take out those flood. Grenades already do a ridiculous amount of damage, but they do even more damage to flood. It's like a ridiculous multiplier. It basically insta-kills them. So nades are our particular friend on this level. So here's the lovely second floor encounter. The bane of a lot of runs. Okay, cool. Should be good. Don't kill me, thank you. Here's carrier hallway. It's gonna get just a lot of carriers, as it were. So I want to kill things in a particular way because there's a rocket flood there and a shotgun flood. Sometimes you want a single-minded, oh, I killed the rocket flood and I'm safe. I see a lot of new runners do that, and then they forget about the shotgun flood. So, probably made that look a little easier than it is, but that section is, it's the bane of every new runner that starts learning Legendary for the first time. It's just tough, and if you get bad RNG and don't know what to do, it can turn very badly very quickly. But, yeah, the name of the game for this level is just keep moving. No matter what you want, no matter what you do, just keep moving. Keep going in the direction you have to go. Even if you take a lot of damage and you're like, oh, I want to wait for shields, don't. Keep moving. It's much safer because, again, the Flood, they're single-minded. They just want to swarm you, so they will not stop charging you. It's like a constant type of aggro. So now we're on to the third floor. The whole point of this level, by the way, is we met this monitor, and this monitor is telling us that this mysterious Halo ring actually has defenses that can kill the Flood, but we need to get something called the Index in order to activate them. So that's what we're doing here. We want to get that. Please don't kill me. Good. So I'm going to be delaying a checkpoint here. Shoot a bunch, jump a little bit, jump up here. Should be a bunch of enemies spawning, so it should be okay for a second. Now I'm gonna throw a plasma. Like so. Because there's another locked door here. Remember what I said, 40% chance. Well, here's some flood. Hopefully we get it. We didn't get it. Let's revert. We'll try again. Over and over and over again. 40% though, you're usually going to get it like second try, like I did there. However, I have seen people take like 13, 14 tries. Cambid got it in like 17 tries or something stupid on a literal relay. So it happens. Yeah, we were doing like a little.
That's like what, 10 seconds per attempt?
Mm-hmm. And even more on easy difficulty, which is what it was, because sometimes you can get a bad spawn on easy, and we were doing an easy relay race. And literally, I looked back. I was like almost done with library, and he was just still on Dark Door. So now coming up is probably the greatest strat find in this game, in my opinion. Not because it's like super crazy and cool, but because of its utility. So this door coming up is the 90-second door. So before we used to have to wait out the 90-second timer. Or at the very least, like try to get a reviver. Oh, I didn't get a reviver. I lost a minute and a half. Losing a minute and a half in your speed run usually means a dead speed run. So it was 40% chance your run just dies. It ends right here. That is until Burnt found this. A way to up warp.
Whoa.
And I'm gonna jump into this light right here, like so. Gonna wait a second for a checkpoint. There we go. And this is called light bump. We just bumped past the door. There's a little light right there, and you do a lineup and go to the left and teleports you right past the door. And doing that is just as fast as getting your reviver. So it's literally free. It will work almost every time. That teleport's a little finicky, which is why I wanted to delay that checkpoint there. But the alternative is you lose 90 seconds. 40% of your runs lose a minute and a half. If you've ever speed ran before, you can't lose a minute and a half. Yeah. Unless you're running like one of those really long like JRPG games where a minute and a half is like,
yeah,
it's a 7-hour run. Yeah.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. So now we're on the 4th and final floor. We have one more door to go here. Do a bit of a nade jump again just to get through this hole. Avoid some carrier hallway down there with like near infinitely spawning carriers, so I want to not go down there. So now I'm going to hope for a human flood. Human flood are the ones you want to try this door on. You can do it with an elite flood technically. I'm not going to go for that. You can do it with an elite flood technically, but they act very weird. They path weird. They just act funny. Didn't get it. That's okay. Carrier came up too. And I'm going to stop here. This is... So again, like I feel like I'm always talking to new runners when I do this sometimes. Know when to just stop going for this door, please. I see so many of you sometimes you just keep trying to force it and you die and it's just not worth it. Just take the L. Just go.
Run's too long, man, to be going for it all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Now if you're like tippy top going for world record, well, all bets are off at that point. But so making our way to our very, very last door. We're going to do it in a little unconventional way. It kind of breaks the game a little bit. I'll show you what I mean. Door will open. It's going to get kind of broken. Okay. What do I want to do here? Bad things have occurred here. I want to revert. I want to take this. I will explain why when I get back there. Messed up that nade jump. I haven't done that in quite a while. I've had a couple weird things happen that haven't happened in a while. That's okay though. Just do this again. Door will open. I'm gonna do a nade jump. Much better. You're gonna see some flood jump on through there. You'll notice that there's nothing here. There will suddenly be a lot of things.
Wow.
So it's just on a timer. It waits a second and then spawns a bunch more. It expects you to be on the other side of the door, but we are well past. This is a minute-long unskippable cutscene, so if you have any more announcements.
Yeah, I could definitely remind chat. We do have a merch line now for Hotfix. We have a summer merch collection. If you want to take a look at it, you can head on over to theyeti.com/GDQ and check out the Hotfix shirt, keychain, and sticker pack. Remember, the Yeti in this case is spelled Yetee. So theyeti.com/GDQ.
All right, and coming up is my favorite level of the run.
Nice.
Honestly, in both Anniversary and Classic, I like both versions of it. Anniversary, it's fully out of bounds. You're flying a Banshee literally out of bounds, just hitting all the progression triggers you need to. It's like super nerdy and fun. And then the Classic version is just like completely off the rails combat, which you're going to see that version. I think from a viewer perspective, y'all tend to like to see this version of 2 Betrayals, so you're definitely in for a treat.
I'm ready.
So suddenly the Sentinels are enemies. So it turns out that those defenses that the Halo ring can have to kill all the Flood, it turns out it just wipes out all life in the galaxy, which we're part of that galaxy. We kind of like this galaxy. We kind of want it to keep existing. So we are now at odds with the
Whoa.
We are now at odds with the Monitor.
To stop him, we have to destroy Halo. According to my analysis of the available data, I believe the best course of action is somewhat risky.
No, that's not good. Oh, maybe okay? Yep, we're okay.
Nice.
It's where too many grunts died. If too many enemies die there, we get extra spawns, but we did not, so we were good. So coming up, we'll explain why I said this level is not really breakable. Hit this button twice at a particular time. I think I messed it up. I did. So, the door is going to open, but the game thinks it's closed. That's the best way I can explain what I did there.
Interesting. Okay.
So because the game thinks it's closed, it's not going to spawn any of the enemies you'd see here. So it's like, cool, just like Assault on the control room, right? There's going to be no enemies. Not quite.
Surely.
There's some pre-nades there for that Banshee. Yeah, not quite. This level was, I believe, the very last level that was made. So they were on a time crunch. They needed to get this game out. So even triggers that make no sense are tied to the overall progression of the level, that if you don't do them, the level never ends. One of those specific progressions that you need to hit is that door being open. You need to spawn in all these enemies. So I can't end the level. I can't go up to the pulse generators. I need to hit that button, and now I can go.
Okay. I see the logic here.
Yep. But it's much safer to get it's legendary. You can do a trick called no dealo, but that ain't marathon safe. That's barely full game safe. It's not full game safe, but people do it because, you know how it goes. But our goal here is we don't want the Monitor to activate the ring, because again, that would be very bad. So we want to slow him down a little bit in case he figures out a way to activate the ring without the index, which Cortana, you were in the control room. You know that's not possible, but you know, logic. So we're going to go through, we're going to blow up these 3 pulse generators. That's the first one. Make our way on through. So I wanted to pick up these rockets because everything's daisy chained together and we can't do tricks like Bool like we can in Anniversary. We have to go through this level hitting every progression trigger the normal way, which means we have to do quite a lot of combat, and this rocket launcher is going to put in a lot of work for us. So I'm going to run over here just to aggro these guys so that they run over towards that window, because I want to go this way. Do a little cheeky nade jump up here. Those grunts, throw a plasma to keep the mean guys away. Throw those
Some
jackals.
of these death sounds are so good. Sound like Spyro the Dragon death noises. Ow!
Oh yeah, the grunts especially.
Yeah.
Do a little pre-nade action there. Take them out. Got both the elites, that's good. Ooh, but no nades. That's not good. He dropped some nades. Oh, he was so kind.
Nice. What a gentleman.
So now the Flood are introduced into the mix. This is going to be a giant three-way battle. Oh, nice. He killed a grunt, too. Or an elite, I mean. Okay. Dang. All right. I'll take that. Get some nades on my way out. There we go. So, decent health, full nades. This is a good situation for our first bridge. And oh, these bridges. They are ridiculous. Oh, I didn't kill any of them with that. That's not good. Alright, throw some nades here to kill some elites. Don't like this situation. Make it work. Nice. Nice. Okay. Things are looking good here. Some Needler Flood I want to take out there. But nice. Okay. That was handed to me on a silver platter. Sometimes those elites can be very problematic. So coming up is a room we like to call Hell Room. Almost every single Flood in this room has a shotgun, so we're gonna do some stealth here. Because they didn't see me, they don't know about this frag grenade explosion. Again, they didn't see me, so they don't know about the explosions and the glass breaking. I'm still in stealth mode here. Gonna crouch under that window and get out before they all know I'm here. Hopefully that got him. I don't think it did. This guy has a rocket launcher. Nice. I want that rocket launcher, though, so that's a little... my way through here. Wow. He death shotted me, and it was a headshot. Interesting. It's alright, we'll do that again. This is called Hell Room for a reason. Again, I'm going to do the same exact strat. Kill those boyos. The heck out of here. Hopefully kill him. I did. Nice. There's rockets. I want to kill these popcorn flood and any flood behind them. I should get a checkpoint here. Very nice. Definitely want that checkpoint. Always get that checkpoint. Otherwise, we're back to Hell Room, and this is the hardest of the two bridges. I mean, look at what is happening. And again, golden rule of library applies here too. Do not stop moving under any circumstances. You will die. And what's great about this is Bungie tried really hard to not let you do what I'm doing, just like run through, because by the time you get to all those popcorn, you have no shields. So we're literally going against the devs with this. Now I don't have a plasma grenade. Hopefully I can get one here. We'll see what happens. I was able to get one. That's very good. That means I can do the cooler version of the upcoming skip. The alternative version is funnier, but this one's cooler and faster. So I'm gonna go down this elevator. You know what? I've died to this before. I'm just gonna go down the door the normal way. Had enough memes for one night. All right, so this room, we only have to start it and then end it. So we're just gonna get to the end of the room as fast as we can. Like so. That's why I wanted a plasma. Now, rocket ammo situation is not the greatest, but I can make this work. I do need one for this. Let's just get the heck out of here as quick as it can, especially with my health situation. Gonna go along the right side so this Wraith hopefully doesn't kill me. Good. Head over this way. I'm gonna do a ground backpack reload. So backpack reloading, double tap reload. Oop, that worked. I gotta be careful on that. Double tap reload and then drop it. It'll should do that again. Double tap reload and drop it. It'll reload on the ground, but when it reloads, it doesn't decrement the ammo counter, which I desperately need 4 rockets for this next part. So I'm gonna be extra safe there. Also gonna wait up here for a checkpoint to be a little bit more safe. There we go. Sometimes these banshees attacking you can kill you. Hasn't happened to me outside of practice, but no time like the present. It's already starting to get a little memey, but I think I'm okay. I might be dead. Oh god. Okay, that worked. I don't know how I'm not dead, but we'll take it. Can I get a checkpoint? Thank you. All right, so this is second gen. Second gen is insane. This is why I need 4 rockets. There's just flood everywhere. A lot of these flood have rockets. It's ridiculous. That flood has a rocket, but I made him drop it. I'm just gonna get the heck out of here. Throw some nades here. Pre-kill these flood. I just need to run, man. He's following me. Get away from me. No, 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 get away. Okay, we're good. All right. Yeah. So that's second gen. It always goes like that.
I've located the Pillar of Autumn. Put down
Just completely insane stuff you've never seen. Every run's different, it feels like. I'm gonna hug this ceiling just like that to make the banshees de-aggro on me. Otherwise, they'll follow you all throughout this tunnel, and I do not want that. Fly on this way. I'm gonna try to bait out some rocket shots that hopefully won't hit me. Okay, good. Now coming up, shoutouts to G Pro for finding this. People still go on his original version of this, and he keeps telling people stop using this version, use this version instead. This broken door is supposed to stop you from getting vehicles past, but you can, some fancy finagling, get the banshee through the door, like so.
Oh, wow.
At this point, the game does not expect you to have a banshee at this part, naturally, so the triggers don't really account for that. So I'm doing something called splitting the triggers. I'm going to open this door a little early. Again, I can't skip any of these progression triggers. I need to hit this one to progress the level. This one spawns in a bunch of flood with weapons, one of which has a rocket launcher, so that's just for safety. Go ahead and hit this button. And now coming up is the 5 flood trigger. This trigger makes absolutely no sense. In order to progress the level, exactly 5 flood need to die here. Doesn't make any sense, but
just mow them down.
How it goes. Yeah, I don't think I killed that 5th flood, but hopefully the Covenant will get him. We'll see. Yeah. Oh, okay, we're good. So I see enemy spawns. That means we're good. If you've seen us do Bool, we do all those BSP loads and whatnot. That's the only reason we do them. Like, we're loading in levels. The only reason we ever go back in bounds is because of that particular progression. We need to kill 5 flood there. You can't kill 5 flood there if you're out of bounds, so. But anyway, that's 2 betrayals. I said you can't skip triggers. We can skip all those triggers at the end where we go spawn in that big giant battle and get the Banshee. Fortunately, the level does allow us to end it, which is very nice. Otherwise, we'd have sentinels and stuff in here. You can notice that there's no effects that were spawned in yet, but it's okay. It doesn't matter.
Flashbang.
So, skip that cutscene at a very particular time, and I'm holding W. You can hear Keys. Keys is in there. We found Captain Keys. We need him because we want to blow up the Pillar of Autumn. Why do we want to blow up the Pillar of Autumn? Because this ring is not very sturdy. It's a ring. It doesn't got a lot of thickness to it. So if we blow up the Pillar of Autumn, it'll blow up the whole ring. That probably doesn't really make sense when you think about it for too long, but it's video game logic. But anyway, I skipped that cutscene at a particular time, held W. It guarantees that flood is a reviver, so we're bypassing the 50%. The game's a little confused, as you can see. We're not supposed to be over here. We just bumped through a wall.
Oh, just A posing.
The game is very confused because we're not in the right load zone. Those are tethered to a particular load zone, but they're kind of like we spawned them in when they weren't supposed to, so the game's just confused. When we enter this cutscene, it puts us into the right load zone, which allows us to finish the level. But all we have to do is basically start this cutscene and the end the level like sequence is kicked off.
The captain. He's one of them.
So yeah, this is what became of Captain Keyes. He is now part of what's called a proto-grave mind. Grave mines are extremely dangerous in the context of Halo. We need his neural implants, though, so that's it for the old captain. This is going to let us blow up the Pillar of Autumn.
It's done. I have the code. We should go. We need to get back.
Should get a
to the
checkpoint here.
Let's go back to the shuttle bay
Interesting.
and find a ride.
Interesting, I did not get a checkpoint there, but I have plenty of nades. I can get through this safely. Throw a little distraction nade, run right past them. Fall down here. We are safe. We are in the clear.
Nice.
That cutscene's unskippable, and if I died, we'd have been watching it again.
Oh boy.
And, I don't want to be doing that. Just a note, because of the TNR shenanigans, I might be a little bit overestimate. Sorry about that.
It's fine. This is actually a good time for chat to begin the festivities. Chat, join me. Nervy.
Let's wait till the final Warhog run. Actually, let's wait till the final.
Okay, fine.
Warhog
We'll wait till
run.
then. We'll wait till then.
Yeah, that'll be a really good time. Oh no, you got him going. It's too late.
Well, chat, chill. We'll do it. We'll do it in the final Warhog run. We'll do it then.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. All right, so I did switch my.
Let's not wait.
They're not gonna wait. They're gonna do this the whole time now. All right, so I did switch to 5 sends. I don't need to do that. It just makes this teleport very, very easy. It's a pixel precise teleport, and 5 sends just snaps right into place, just for a little bit of safety. I like to do that for marathons because it's not a fun time if you mess it up.
Chat is
First
definitely
things
not
first.
cursing it right now.
So I'm getting out of bounds, doing a similar thing to TNR to sort of platform around all these enemies, like so, and then run.
Nice.
Get into this corner here, bump out of bounds once again. Jump to here. So that's that pixel precise lineup. I fell. That's sad.
Oh no.
And back to the start. Damn. That's okay.
I will say there's not a lot of out of bounds in this run, but the out of bounds there is like really cool.
Yeah, no, it's especially in classic. It's a lot harder in classic because you can't see anything.
Yeah.
Like that, I was trying to show something and just stepped a little bit too far out, but that's okay.
What out of bounds isn't like overly precise?
True, very true. Turns out the developers really they didn't really test the out of bounds in a lot of games, surprisingly. All right, so I might get a checkpoint here. All right, we're clear.
Nice.
This game has been giving me the business today, I will not lie. That's right, we'll do it again.
You got this.
Bada bing, so you can see where we spawned in, or where we teleported to, all the way past the cafe. That skips that whole cafe cutscene with, you know, Chief tossing the grenade, like, well, let's just blow up the fusion reactors. Wow. So at this point, what's happening in the story is Cortana used the neural implants to try and start a self-destruct timer, but the monitor is here. You can see all the sentinels. The monitor deactivated it and locked us out. So we're going to take matters into our own hands, and instead... Oops. Ooh, don't kill me. Thank you. Oh, God. Thank you. That's all right. I got some backup strats we can do. But at this point, we're just going to take matters in our own hands, and we're just going to literally blow up the reactors, and the resulting meltdown will, in effect, do the same thing. It'll blow up the pillar of autumn. That's what we want to do. Kill that guy, because he can be annoying. Nice. No, so I have so much overshield, it doesn't even matter. I should be able to do just the regular strat, so that's what I'll do. Nade here.
Room located. We're here.
Up here, do a rocket jump.
Nice.
Still have some OS too.
The monitor has disabled all command access. We can't restart the count.
So these are the exhaust couplings. We're just going to shoot inside them. Fun fact, MCC, if you ever have like medals on, you see the post-game carnage report. Those are listed as brutes. These reactors are listed as brutes. Literally at the end, it'll say you killed 4 brutes.
Oh, wow.
It's just a little bit of a funny thing. They just never updated the definition in the code to be something other than brutes. And that's actually something that's present in the original Halo 1. In the original Halo 1, they were actually brutes. They just never updated it when they added in the medals, which is kind of a fun fact.
Analyzing.
Just got like 6 checkpoints there. Oh my god. All right, so I'm gonna hug this corner, hopefully not die. They're really close to me, so they're like, I don't want to shoot them. And now I'm gonna kill him, just while it's going up, because that'll blow up and just be a bit safer. All right, so now we are going up to the final Warthog run. I promise we'll get the chant going in a second.
Oh yeah, let's go.
I'm going, so we'll get that going in a second. First, I just want to do some shout-outs. Again, sorry, I'm going a little overestimate here.
That's fine.
Just as some shout-outs, like shout-outs first to Cambit and Scales, for the 3 of us were sort of the ones that got this category off the ground and rolling initially. But this category would not exist at all without From the Grave. I saw him in chat. He was very adamant that we add this category, to the point, and having an what is going on with this game today? Some random plasma grenade just killed me. But Grave was very adamant that we not only have this category, but we have an accurate record history. So he went through, and I'm not kidding, like every single run.
Oh, wow.
And put together a spreadsheet of this run is classic, this run is classic. So we actually have an accurate record history for this. So huge shout outs to Grave for that. Shout outs to Burnt for finding literally like every strat in this game, it feels like, and developing our tools that we use for basically everything at this point. And shout outs to Joshington and G-Pro as well. Those 3 names, Joshington, G-Pro, Burnt, I feel like they found the most strats in this game, and they always are worthy of a shout out. Shout outs to, of course, Garish Goblin, probably the GOAT of this category. Held the record for a really long time, I think 6 or 7 years, and not for lack of people trying. He was just that good in his prime.
Oh, wow.
And shout outs to Cambid, who was the one to finally bop him after 7 years, and then Sloth, who bopped Cambid after. And yeah, this run has a lot of really fun history. I always love showing off this category as well, because it just feels really close to like what all the original runners were doing way back then. I joined after Anniversary came out, so I didn't really get to experience this era, so I'm kind of like, since I've ran Anniversary so much, it's like fun for me to run this category, because I feel like I'm like vicariously back in that time period.
Nostalgic for a time.
Exactly. But yeah.
Also, chat has capitalized on the meme. Chat, I love you so much. You are doing exactly what I wanted. Thank you for that.
All right, thank you all. I'm seeing the chants already going.
Nervy, 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 nervy. We're gonna have to.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say we're gonna have to keep that up because at SGDQ. Because Chad, if you didn't know, Halo Reach is going to be at SGDQ, and guess who's gonna be running the game there? Nervy here, along with 3 other extremely talented runners. So SGDQ is coming up in just a few weeks, so be sure to tune in for that, and you can see Halo Reach live.
I feel like just yesterday was 3 months away. What happened?
Right? It snuck up on us.
Yeah, and if you don't know about the Nervy chant, me, Kronos, Brianato, and Adef ran Halo 3 legendary 4-player co-op at SGDQ 2024. And at the end of the Warhog run, they did a big nervy chant. It was really a wholesome moment. I love that run to death. But yeah, as Dangerous said, okay, before I get into that, we have something called 360 swag.
Here it is. Nah.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Just like in the original.
It's very, very swag. So that's swag with utility. It's supposed to stop you from falling, flipping over, I mean. The way I flipped over is fine, though, because that didn't kill me. The way it flips over, if you don't do that, it kills you. We get people every now and then posting a clip to Discord like, you guys told me and we didn't believe you. And then we also have barrels. These barrels are more of a suggestion. We're just going to go right through them.
Nice.
And that is Halo CE Classic Legendary. Again, I apologize for going overestimate.
Hey, it's no worries. GG, though. That was an awesome run. That was so much fun to watch. So thank you for bringing it to us.
Thank you. Absolutely. If you want to find me, I stream on Twitch and make YouTube videos. Hoping to make a lot more in the coming months when I move, because that's always a fun time. But yeah, you can see me at SGDQ. I'll be running Halo Reach with 3 other buds. Just jamming out. The co-op runs are always a treat. You probably just saw on the Lasso run. It's always fun to watch the chaos that always ends up happening. So, but yeah, no, thank you for having me. This was a lot of fun. Do you have anything else to close this out?
Yeah, just wanted to thank you once again, and also thank our 4 runners from the co-op run of Halo 3 from a little bit earlier. And that is going to do it for us here on Crosshair this evening. We will be back in 2 weeks with another episode, and it'll be just a normal episode of Crosshair where we feature runs with bullets. But that's going to be it for us, folks. And as always, no matter what your dreams, goals, or hopes are in this world, always keep them in your crosshair. We'll see you next time.
Thank you all.